Yes! Thursday vibes, boys. What you saying? Fiddly boat. Friday night football tomorrow night. That's what it's all about, and you know it. We love a Friday night under all of the lights, under the lights. Absolutely exhausted, to be honest, boys. But sometimes, you know, we get tipsy quicker when we're delirious, don't we? And a little bit, well, tired. Sometimes it can all hit a bit quicker, can't it? So it will be the real tester today. Unfortunately, we're on Budweiser, which I sometimes get stick for, but it's 10 quid at minute in Tesco's, and you know me for the deals. Ah, fuck it, I can't open it. Is that cold? I've had them in freeze. I can't open it. These twist tops are a bit of a scam. I mean, I do have a bottle opener, so there we go. I've got it. I had to put t-shirt over the top, but jumper over the top. But I've remained hard, haven't I? Hard guy, hard lad. Yes, JB Leeds, what's good? Jack, no excuse for tomorrow. We have to beat Burnley. There is no excuse Farke can give for those players tomorrow. If they lose at all, they know we have to beat them. But I trust Farke to do it. No mercy tomorrow. No mercy. My name's JB. I'm with my boy Jack. He don't wear tack in black, but he watches them men in blue. When he's on the M2, he's from Leeds, but he likes to plant seeds in the dull but full-grown dweebs. Well, JB, my reading skills perhaps have waned ever so slightly with the tiredom, but it's a wonderful way to begin. So thank you very much for that, JB. And I also agree there is no excuse for tomorrow. Big Scott Parker's been sacked as well, hasn't he? We seem to, you know, he's bottled it, hasn't he, against Dr. Farke. Truth be told, Farke's record's not been brilliant over the past couple of years, has it? Up against Burnley, so it's. I mean, I'm not worried about it in that aspect. You know, we do need a bit of a bounce back. The boys will be a little bit down, won't they, from Chelsea, but I do think the bounce back will be a real thing, and I think we'll be under them lights tomorrow night. Ellen Road will be bang up for it. Early goal, I think we'll run away with it. I honestly think as much as we need to win tomorrow. But you know what time it is before we do that? Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. And great he is. Great he is. And you know it. If we get 4 points from Burnley and Spurs, we've done it. So it doesn't really matter if we win or draw tomorrow. Obviously, we want to win just for the safety net and the fact that we'll pull away from most teams. And cement that 15th place, really. But if we get 4 points out of Spurs and Burnley, that's safety for me. So I'd rather get the win tomorrow and probably draw against Spurs. And also, I've not managed to get a ticket for Spurs away game, so I can handle the draw at home. So I'm unbeaten on the road. Yes, War Piglet, get that badger in and on and over here. Appreciate you, War Piggy. Good man. Lukey in the building. What's good, Joe Depp? Badger's still on his way home from Wembley. He's here. He's well. He's recovered. The Badgers have assembled. Yes, Lukey boy. Hey up, Roller Blunt. In the building immediately. Not messing about. 3-0 tomorrow night. And we're all good, boys. Agreed. Big victory tomorrow and it'll be a good Friday night, won't it? And then I'm out on Sunday with boys in Knaresborough. Joe Depp in the building. The proud sponsor of the scoreboard, Lukey Boy, Roller Blunt, me when I was getting my beer. What's the 11 for tonight this evening? We need to wait on BMG, don't we, to see if BMG's up in the building. If BMG's here, then we will. He'll have something planned, I've no doubt. Also, I need to show everybody the mustache 11, which, to be honest, if I didn't have the goatee bit, I'd try to make a case for it myself here because it looks horrendous. I've got a 4.5 Iron Brew Craft Ale, and it's like shandy, but it's ice cold. Iron Brew, like the Scottish Iron Brew stuff. Iron Brew Craft Ale. I can't even really remember if I like Iron Brew. It's only had it as a kid, really, Iron Brew, and I don't particularly remember liking it, so I can't remember if I liked it or not. The 11 top chance. You gotta somehow craft them into positions, though, Lukey boy. Yes, Brett. Evening, Jackie boy and crew. This is now officially the only football content creator I watch. Why is that, Brett? What happened? What's occurred? Who's upset you? But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Although Sunderland took a bit of a pasting, didn't they? Which could have done without, to be honest, Brett, the other day, as I'm sure you could have done as well. Yes, BMG's in the building. Let's go. Yes, Andrew Thompson. Peter White, what's good? Appreciate you, boys. Get up. Ali 200's here. The man, the myth, the legend. The beating out the beating out of Leeds, the biggest lad in Europe. He would give John Fury a run for his money. His name is Jack. Get up, I'm a fighting man. I'm a fighting man. Yes, BMG, smash a like, guys. It much helps the algorithm. The algorithm of life, isn't it? Roller Blunt says players who have never played for a team with a red kit, or Barclays Man 11. Barclays as in the bank, the Barclays Premier League. Yes, Julian here. Remember for 4 months. Appreciate you, my dear. Ali, Jack, if I must say so myself, I think now is the best time to be a Leeds fan. You don't know what you have until it's gone. Trust me, Farke and the medics are God. You never miss a good thing till it's gone, and the flow is so fluid. It's like drinking a song, Harley 200. It 100% is. The season we've had, getting to FA Cup semi-final, we've been decent all season in the league, barring, a few games. We was awesome in the Championship for 2 years. I know it didn't work out the first year, obviously, but then we went up the second year. Farke's controlling things from the top. Parag seems to be stepping in when he needs to. Made some decent signings. There's not a lot to grumble about, so it is a good place to be. There's not a lot to grumble about, and it's also clear what we have to do going forward, which is, we know what. Well, the whole squad needs improving, doesn't it? Ultimately, but that is not necessarily a bad thing for where we are, where we sat. We've had a good season. We've just got to cement it now, haven't we, and get over the line. 78 RPM, what's good, big man? Evening all. Tomorrow we will give them a good going over. I certainly hope so, man. I'd like to just smash someone up, really, obviously. But if, just beat them 3-0 and just go home and be like, yeah, just fucking loving it. Yes, Brett, also, I will say this on behalf of my G once again. For 99p, there shouldn't be any names not in green. Appreciate you, Brett. It's very kind of you, sir. We've started saying my G now on the as everybody now knows. Bank holiday weekend, and you know it. Yes, Luke. That's why I'm off to Knaresborough with boys on Thursday. I don't know why they've picked Knaresborough, but I'll just go with flow. Me thought we were just going out in Leeds, but they want to go to Knaresborough, so 1 o'clock train to Knaresborough to get on sesh. I've never actually been out in Knaresborough. I used to work in Harrogate, but never been out in it. I think I've been there for about half an hour to a bar, but I can't remember it, to be fair. Yes, Julie, my dear. Evening all. Evening, Mr. War Piglet. See you tomorrow. Leeds. Yes, indeed. The big game. We're having it. Harley, we got the Dr. Farke statue plan, broski. We're going to make it out of paper mache, aren't we? If nothing else, we're going to fund it ourselves out with Roller Blunt. You know it. Luke in the building. BMG, I have a suggestion for tonight's 11. And when I say suggestion, think it's more of a decision. Absolute power and all that. Make it happen, BMG. Yes, War Piglet, appreciate you. I thought you was already a member, but regardless, thank you very much, War Piglet. I've seen Joe Depp in here, yeah. Joe Depp was here a touch earlier. He might have dipped. Because, we know we're on the rotisserie, and that's why we're searching for them likes. Yes, Jimmy Sandwiches, what's good? One of the best names on online. Doing 11 from Europe, 1 player per country. Brett has been pushing for that for weeks, to be fair to that lad. I don't want to sound like an outcast. My Brendan Aronson, the American Yankee, is proving to be a proper Pablo-esque player. Don't ever doubt Brendan. He's a good footballer, and I love him running the lines. I think he's good, man. Yeah, I think he's had a good season. I don't know if he's Pablo-esque. I would say that's probably going to rile up a fair few Leeds fans, which might be your intention, Harley 200, which, I'm here for. Let's take it. I'd rather people go over the top in their praise than go over the top in their criticism. Do you know what I mean? I think it's the better way to be, to be a little bit hyperbolic the other way, which I've actually thought, because everybody's super hyperbolic the other way, aren't they? Where they're like, this is the worst manager, the worst team. I can't believe anybody else would have us 8th and we'd be winning every single fucking FA Cup game. You know, there's all that. You get all that shite online, don't you? And Ramazani is the best player, and Aronson is the worst player. Like, all right. So I'm gonna up the ante myself a bit and really go over the top. So I might say the new Pablo Harley. I might follow your brother, my G. We now say my G on the channel, by the way. If you're a real strong G, smash a like. That should be one of the things, my G. Smash a like, my G. Oh no, BMG's gone mad with the power roller blunt. So I think it was Joe Depp who suggested this. The players who became managers 11, but there are conditions. This is what we love about BMG's conditions in this bitch. Yes, Cletus BK. I'm up for that, by the way. I think that's a good one, players that become managers. But we will eagerly await the conditions. Good day, my G's. I'm loving this my G thing. My only fear of the my G thing is somebody coming in and not knowing, and then I forget to say because we've started saying my G. And then somebody actually thinks, you know, I say my G in my day-to-day life. And believe me, my Gs, I don't. It's strictly for the 3 points. It's all for the 3 points, Cletus. I think Burnley are nuts losing Farke, getting above their station and could really mess up now. I mean, going forward, not just this game. Do you reckon something's happened? I've not actually looked into it, 78 RPM, so you can be a river to me here. You can feed me. You can sauce me. Because I just presumed he'd been sacked. But I know what Parker's like a little bit. So I do think there'll be a conversation had, won't there? Because it seems like a bit of a weird time for him to do it as well, really. I know, obviously, if you're building into next season. But there's no real need. You can still get somebody sort of in place and ready, can't you? So it does seem like a weird thing. So is it, as you know, what enlighten me 78 RPM? Was it just a straight sacking, or was there a dispute, or what? I mean, I'll happily Google it. But, you know, we're not here for Burnley, are we? Fuck them, I know. To be fair, Scott Parker is in the title, but, you know, that's clickbait, innit, mate? My G. We beat Scum. Beat Scum 2-0. We beat Scum 2-1. Beat Scum 2-0. Chelsea, if you know, you know. We got to a semi-final. It's our first year. What else do people want? Well, everybody was saying it's too early to want to go, you know, and want to go far in competition and stuff. And to be fair, you know, everybody's going to come for me with the Goodmanson injury, and, you know, Okafor looks like he might be a doubt and stuff. I think Biol might be a doubt. I thought Biol looked a little bit nervous in the Wembley game, to be honest, which, you know, he's meant to be one of the big timers, isn't he? So it's not great. And Farke did actually allude to the fact that a few of them were a bit nervy, which ain't great, really, truth be told. But, you know, these occasions do make the great men, don't they? So, and you've got to keep getting there. This Wembley curse, I don't buy into fully. I just think crazy things happen at Wembley, and it can be, well, crazy things happen, and the games just don't go your way. It's always the same thing as well with these Chelsea little goons that just sort of dip in and out of when they do and don't want to turn up into a football game. I didn't think they necessarily turned up, you know, in the droves in the semis. I don't think they were particularly good, Chelsea, but they've just got like a, you know, they all think they're big timers, don't they? And they all think everybody's there to watch them. So if we're not absolute, they know we're going to come for them. Do you know what I mean? And it's like we've done them over twice in league, really, which is where you can get them. But in cups, it is very different, isn't it? You know, they know that you're going to be at 100% and going. And to be fair, I thought we were much better in the second half. So it just wasn't our day. I agree with Ampadu. Julian Airy, 12 likes, 24 watching. Come on, guys, get them likes smashed. The unveiling of the dildo is imminent. He's there. The dildo's still there in waiting, just next to Noddy. My best mate, Jimmy Sandwiches, and you know it, mate. Sean Longstaff. Shawnee Longstaff needed this weekend, mate. Can't be doing with all the biased channels, including my fans, like people, to be fair, regardless who they support. Understood, Brett. Well, I'm happy to still have you here, my brother. So, or my G, I should say. We started saying my G. BMG, they have to have played and managed at the top level, a top league, ideally international, ideally won trophies, ideally played into the 70s, so we all know them. As in, they have to be old school, though, because I won't know many old schoolers that have won loads of stuff. Because a lot of them haven't played at the top level, have they, to be fair? You know, like your Mourinho's, and I know there needs to be a difference. We need to differentiate from Mourinho to, well, and like players like Farke, because they've all been players, haven't they? So I see what you're saying, BMG, but I might need an example before I go in. Burnley should have got rid of Parker at Xmas. He's probably right. Yeah, I don't really. Who would they have got in? Genuinely, they probably did have a look around, didn't they? They seem to. I know they're not even bottom, are they, Burnley? But they seem to just eat their way through the season. To me, they've just not really had any. They've never ever been in any sort of form, or have ever thought they're ever going to get out of it, or not that you did with Wolves. I know they're rock bottom. But at least Wolves put like a few results together. Do you know what I mean? Like Burnley have just literally like not bothered anybody the whole way. Nobody's ever said, fucking hell, like Burnley are on turn here, or Burnley are having a go, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just been like, well, Burnley have been going down ever since the start of the season, and they're not even bottom. So it's a perception, mate. It can be a weird thing. Would anyone like to be VAR? If not, I'm sure Jack will do it. I will happily Google stuff, BMG. But my VAR techniques from last week work great, to be fair. So I can't always make that clinical decision. I can when I'm in front of goal, because it's just on fucking instinct, mate. I get in front of goal and it's just instinctive. Just go, yeah, bottom left, give him eyes, oosh, bottom right, cultured Henri, or just, them sizzlers, them just firing them in. Ruthless strikes. I'm joking. Was Parker pushed, or did he jump ship so it's not on his CV, says Luke. This is what I mean. Something's gone on, hasn't it? There's been a conversation had, and he doesn't want that relegation hype. It's like Wilder always did it, didn't he? Where it was like, I always wanted to see Wilder send him down, and he was always on his way out. It's like, you bastard, mate, you bastard. Yellow cards for stupid suggestions and back chat. We know that now, BMG. You don't need to tell us that. We know referees these over underlaps. Imagine Spurs getting relegated from Champo with their God Stadium. I can't believe the amount of Spurs fans that think it'd be a good idea for Tottenham to go down. The likelihood is it's 75% that come straight back up. But if they don't, they are in the abyss, as we well know. But obviously they won't be in the same financial problems that we were when we went down years ago. But it's not easy. I think they just think they'll go down there and have a mint time. They'll lose every single player they have. The wages will be mental. There'll be plenty of players that want to go play for them, but they'll all be, relatively shit in comparison to what they think they could sign if they stayed in Prem. So it'd be mint if they went down. It'd be so funny. Do you reckon Parag has stepped in and told Farke to play the American fellow? I don't think Parag's been needed all season, Joe Depp, much to my astonishment. And what's brilliant about Parag not stepping in this season is he's not needed to. So he's, I still can't. I can never get over that Parag stepped in. It's one of the best lines Voldemort's ever come out with. I enjoyed it so thoroughly. But we've got that. That's the ace in the hole next season, isn't it? I mean, don't push me, because Parag might step in this year. There might still be a turn, but if we get the win tomorrow, there's no need for Parag this season. And then you've always got Parag as backup manager, haven't you? He's the backup guy. He's the fall guy. Dave Hockaday straight in there, BMG. That's a booking. Can't get straight on with booking, BMG. That's gone straight to VAR. The club's new target is finishing above Newcastle in honour of Brett. Well, I was going to make a joke about the fact that we've not qualified for Europe by going through the FA Cup, winning the FA Cup. So I was going to make a joke about, the next 4 games, with the charge to Europe, searching for 8th. Because, we're only, how many? I wonder if it is doable. How many teams do you reckon are going into Europe? We're on 40. and Bournemouth are on 49, and Bournemouth are in 7th. Chelsea are in 48. They're in 8th, 9th, and 8th, 9th, and 10th are all on 48. That's Chelsea, Brentford, and Fulham. So we're 8 points off that with 4 games to go. So there is still a late charge for Europe. Now that does away with the 4 points from Spurs and Burnley for safety. That means 6 points needed from the next 2 games. Let's have a look where we are. But in all seriousness, if we have a bit of a wild end to the season, put a bit of a run together. If we beat Spurs and Burnley, Europe's on, baby. Joe Depp, do you want to be VAR? Joe Depp, I'm sure, will step in. Sausage and mash statue with Dr. Farke. And you'd have to honour it. You'd have to eat it, wouldn't you, with loads of gravy. You'd have to go and have a not a pie and peas, but a sausage and mash concoction with an Erdinger or something. I don't know if he likes Erdinger, but it's German, isn't it, particularly? It's very German, although it's actually, I think Klopp used to talk about Erdinger, or we want advertisement, wasn't he? Newcastle, they've had an awful season, haven't they? I wonder what will happen to Eddie Howe, really. We're 2 points off Newcastle. They've lost the last 4 games on bounce. It's crazy. A Barclays man is a Premier League player who is celebrated for being a cult hero. They are defined by not world class, but close to. A Barclays man, I've never heard of that roller blunt. I like it. I have a decent suggestion, but can someone else get the ball rolling, says BMG. I need to be careful with mine, I think. With great power and all that Spider-Man bollocks comes great corruption. Take the corruption with it, Joe Depp. You've just got to ride the storm, man. Everybody will go, oh, he's become corrupt, but once you're the man anyway, aren't you? So corruption's what comes with it. The great power brings the corruption. You've got to just go. People have a go at the corruption. You should go, but I've got great power, guys. What? Of course I'm corrupted. We've taken over, fellas. Of course I'm corrupted. Did you expect me to be of sound mind when I got great power? You'd be doing exactly the same thing if you were in my shoes. So just take it, Joe Depp. Take that corruption, brother. Take it on your shoulders like the man you are, like the man we know you are. Hyperbolic, what the fuck has happened to Jack? Dictionary Corner. Yes, indeed, Dictionary Corner is usually due to the fact I can't pronounce the nonsense names that come up in the January sales and the summer signings, isn't it? But when we can't imagine, to be fair, I can't say some lads that play for us now. So Brian Clough would have to be one, would it? Stevie G would be. See, I was going to say I don't like Frank Lampard, but he'd have been my one. See, he has played at both levels, hasn't he? Managed at Chelsea, obviously played, won everything at Chelsea. Stevie G's played at obviously Liverpool, managed at Villa, hasn't he? Not for long, but Rangers got a count for something, has it? Both the Charltons, says Mingy. Pablo is managing now in Spain. I've made him Leeds manager on FC 26. Set us up in 4-1, 4-1 and signed the old guard back. I love to see it. Love to see it, Ali. Love to see it. It's all about what's inside the tin of beans. Leeds have a really good tin of beans. Spurs have a really shit brand tin of beans. With cheap processed sausages. Looking at Leeds, we are premium Heinz. I'm loving that, Harley. The only issue I have with that is I don't mind any bean. I'm not really a baked bean man, but if I go baked bean, I don't mind the cheap ones. It's like there's a time and a place. The burgers at Ellen Road, for instance, are definitely not, I don't actually rate Five Guys, but they're not trying to be gourmet, but they are better than any burger I have. They're better than Taste the Difference burgers. They're good burgers, them burgers. But they're not, that would be a similar thing. I mean, granted, the sausages out of the sausage and beans things, sausage and spaghetti things are bad. Absolutely sack. But, if you go, we say Branston or something, is it Branston that's got a bit more meat to its bean, I'd say. You can give them beans a good flick and they never show any damage. And a bean that can be flicked hard and well is a bean That's the bean for me. A bean that's very responsive when you bite into it or flick it, you know, because sometimes they fall away, don't they? And you've got to give them a ping, and you still want a response from that. You want to feel the bean. Oh boy. I'll take Clough, although he's on the cusp of having played in the 70s. However, given on field and not checked by VAR, good start. So, do they have to have played in the 70s? Apparently, Parker left by mutual consent. This is what I mean. There's definitely been something said. Farke. The man, Luke. The man, the myth, the legend. I don't think we'll be allowed Farke in, though, because he didn't play at top level, did he, really? I do believe Alonso is close to taking Southern scum, because apparently Slot is not losing his job. They were talking about him. I mean, it's only on TalkSport, and you know, what's he called? That Crooks guy. Yeah, I nearly called him Crookie then, but that's just what they call him on thing. Alex Crook or something. And he's the biggest chronic masturbator I've ever seen in my whole life. But he's literally an internet fiend. I'm sure he just gets all his dross from the Twitter, and then just goes on to TalkSport and pretends that he's got this cutting edge information. Because there is nothing he knows that nobody else knows. It's a load of absolute woof. And it'd be interesting that nobody percentages these guys, do they, what they get right and wrong. We just get, you know, the chronic masturbator Alex Crooks on. I need to check he's called Alex Crooks, because if I end up liking Alex Crook, I'm sure he's called. Yeah, that's him, Alex Crook. The chronic masturbator, the scum fan. He's taking Jack Charlton, but Bobby didn't manage at a good level. So BMG, you've got half your wish there, Mingy. I'll refer Gerrard to VAR. Not good enough manager, in my opinion. We'll see where we end up, really, to be fair, with that. But Gerrard did win at Rangers, didn't he, like Luke says. Farke, not good enough player, not given. I would have to agree with that, to be fair, BMG. So great player and manager that won things as both and in the 70s. I've no chance in the 70s. Yes, Luke, you stay loose, my G. You stay loose, my brother. As Dave from down the local said to me, he reckons Leeds will be challenging for the title in a few years' time. He reckons keep it simple, sign English lads and bloody go for it. It's all about trying. Dave from locals of sound mind there, Harley 200. I'm loving that. I think we need to stay, you know, I think we can move away from potentially just English lads. You know, I think it's more about getting the right character. You know, if we can keep signing players like Stack, Goodmanson, who have been like standout signings, aren't they? They're not, obviously, we all know they're not English lads. But they resemble it a little bit, don't they? They've got that, Stack's got that mean and grit to him, hasn't he? Even though he comes across a bit soft online. He's not on pitch, is he? He gets about and he's, you know, well, he's a good player. He's a top signing. No more back chat, says BMG Luke. He's not taking any prisoners tonight, so he's one of our own. I'd sneak him in there. I'd sneak him in, but you know me, Luke. Anywhere I can get Dr. Farke in, you know it. Oh, he's on about Stevie G there, though. Might be Stevie G you're on about there. Pep Guardiola would have to go in for me. Played at top level and then been outrageous. I don't like Gerrard. Gerrard's a no, a big no, says Joe Depp. See, the power's in there now, Joe Depp. Ideally, yes, Beckenbauer is mine. Won World Cup as a player, manager. Yes, indeed. What about Klinsmann? He was at international level, didn't he? I don't know if he won all, though, to be fair, but Klinsmann... what about that French dude? What's the French dude called? Can't remember what the French gadget's called. That's crazy. I would imagine, I can't remember who Ancelotti played for, but I bet Ancelotti played for a top side. What about Conte? Does Conte get in there? Conte played at a good level. Who's that French guy? Deschamps, whatever you call him. He's won shit loads, hasn't he? What about the man Don Revy, says Malcolm Bell? I don't really know what standard Don Revy played at, to be fair, Malcolm Bell, so I'm up for that. Daniel Farke goes in as manager, please, BMG. You got to get him in there. Brian Clough, Alex Ferguson, Don Revitt, David O'Leary's a good shout. He played at top level and he, managed at top level. Martin O'Neill played at a top level, didn't he? He's managed his whole life. Martin O'Neill's got to be a half decent one for me. Not sure about Alex Ferguson though. Did he play at a decent level? Glenn Oddle says Luke. I think that's a good one. I don't know whether I'm missing the boat though, because BMG's in the 70s or later, i.e. someone who is still playing in the 70s or later. Right, I've got you. Alan Clark, but don't qualify on all points. Fucking hell, he's really hurt. I could just open it traditionally, but when you've bought the twist cap, I feel like you need to use it. Why do they put the daggers on it? There's no need. Give me a break, boys. BMG's not having it, saying he's not good enough as a player. Shankly, says Ming. O'Leary, yes. Revy too old, sadly, says BMG. Big Revs. What's everybody's starting lineup for tomorrow? Plus formations, arguments to drop a few, says Gomez Gang. I don't think anybody will be getting boot forced upon them. Depends whether B-All's fit, though. That's the only thing, because obviously, Rodon would probably come back into the fold, wouldn't he? But Goodmanson's out, so James Justin probably goes left back. But if B-All's not fit, then I don't really know where we go then, because if B-All's not fit, he'd have to go. He might bring Big Bornau in, the big stiff Bornau, and then still go James Justin left back. But then you've got, Rodon's been enough of a fixture in the starting lineup, to be fair, this season, to sink back in pretty simply, to be fair, pretty easily. So maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit, but and I think it would be all against Chelsea. It would be all Bornau and with that James Justin when we played them away, because we had a couple out then, didn't we? So I know it would be all that give the fucking penalty away, wasn't it? Which was a bit dumb of him at the time. But he's had a good season, hasn't he, be all. Ferguson wasn't a good enough player. I wouldn't have thought that he was either, to be fair, BMG. I also saw and laughed at Burnley looking at Farke, because sources say 49ers are looking to change before pre-season. Genuinely think it's bollocks and can't see us starting the Prem season next without Dr. Farke. If he keeps us up and gets us to an FA Cup semi-final, I really don't know what more the bloke could have achieved. And, if we do win next couple of games, if we beat Burnley and beat Spurs, we won't even look like we're 15th anymore. We're only 6 points off drop, to be fair, but we're also only 6 points off 12th. So Frank Lampard, says Joe Depp. Frank Lampard, he's just won with Coventry, hasn't he? So it depends what you deem the top level. I suppose it didn't really work for him at Chelsea. But I don't like the bloke, but I think that's a decent enough argument. Shankly quit playing before the 70s, so sorry, no. BMG, not having it. Graham Stoner, what's good, big man? What do you think of the new FIFA rule they're thinking of? You have to play a homegrown under-21 player all the time. I didn't know that was a new rule, Graham Stoner, but I don't see how that can possibly work. That seems like you're forcing that. I just think that potentially bring the standard down of football as well. So it just seems like there'll be 21-year-olds getting played, but then not 22-year-olds, because all that'd happen is you'd just get the homegrown lad in who's not good enough at 22. And then he'd be getting bombed, and then he won't play anywhere ever again, would he? And then you get the new 21-year-old in. They'd get through players, they'd get through youngsters a lot quicker, but I don't see how that could possibly work in practice, really. But Luke's not having Frank Lampard, I don't blame him. It's a very narrow one, this, says Ming. He's in the wanker 11, is Frank Lampard, I agree. Lampard, I refer to VAR, not sure he's properly proven as a manager yet, and he's a twat. I agree with all said there. Is that actually a thing then? It's crazy that if they are going to try that. Dalglish, player manager. Rude Hullet. Graham Souness. Dalglish is a good one, surely. Name one Prem quality player Burnley bought. The team is shit in the Prem. Great for the Championship unless they get Gerrard. Getting sacked then does not damage your CV. It's like Farke at Norwich. Do you think Gerrard... Because Gerrard's going to go into the Championship, isn't he? 78 RPM by the looks of it. I think that'd be a good move for him, really. Burnley, they'll be all right next season in Prem, won't they? They're not going to lose many players either, that's the thing. What about the 70s run? It's just from the 70s, Ming, I think we've learnt. Company, who I'll refer to VAR, not sure of his managerial CV. I think if you're managing in semi-finals and putting on 5-4s against PSG and he's won the... I know they all win league in Germany, don't they? But I think that's a good shout, really. And I mean, we could maybe run it past VAR end of the season. If they win the Champions League, how can he not be, really? Zidane, what about Zidane? You know, he's won shitloads of Champions Leagues. I know it was with Thingy, but... Parag stepped backwards. Yes, Peter White, yeah. There was no need for him to step in. Sometimes it's one step forward and 2 steps back, innit? Sven-Goran Eriksson says Luke. I don't know where Sven-Goran Eriksson played, to be fair, Luke. So that might be a decent shot, but I don't know where he played. Did Voldemort steal Matty's flag at Wembley? Pissed myself laughing. I have no idea even the context of that, War Piglet. Lampard, arguably unproven as a manager. Yeah, if we're talking top level, winning championships not really enough when he's had more opportunities than Judas. I'm not really sure how many opportunities Judas got, to be fair, but now then gays. Sorry boys. Now then gays. I'm an FL fanboy. Fruity Loops. So I'm going to redact myself from that decision. Fruity Loops. Kenny Dalglish's Malcolm Bell. I think Kenny Dalglish's a good one. Brendan earned his minutes this season, but hopefully next season he's only a backup. This is the thing in it, 78 RPM. So he genuinely did have a good season and has improved vastly. And will still hopefully, well, not hopefully, but, you know, he still would be really useful for us next season. We have been we've overindulged him, but, you know, the squad, the way we've set up, it's worked for us, hasn't it? And he does win the ball back a lot and stuff, you know, even at Wembley. I know he missed that chance, but he also sort of creates that chance because he's the one that wins the ball back in the centre and then he gets forward. And I've said it before, but he does everything at 100 mile an hour. He don't delay, and that's why he can be a bit frustrating, but he's like at it. He'd be mint in squad for the next couple of years for us, really. Then, you know, probably go abroad somewhere, wouldn't he? Roger Slicker says, we'll have a bounce factor Friday night. We could be in for a thriller. Nothing is black and white in this game, says Roger Slicker. I think they'll be so up for Friday. I think it really, they know that it cements the Premier League and it also dusts the cobwebs off of Wembley a little bit. I don't think the boys will be too disheartened by Wembley, even though they'll be gutted to have gone out. I think they'll have enjoyed the ride a little bit and they'll think, right, let's finish the season with a bang here. That's why I think we could go on a bit of a run. Svenny's for VAR. Not sure of his playing CV. We'll have a look at where Sven-Goran Eriksson played, because I don't know. Sven-Goran Eriksson as a player. He finished at 27 due to injury, which is a bit mental. Swedish lower league right back. Distinctly average, it says on Google. So the VAR check's not great on you there, Luke. If Spurs go down, it'll be bad for them. And honestly, because they run on future earnings, they're fuck no real youth. They're saying 10 plus players to leave. They hope, so it could be worse than us. That's what I mean. Every single player that plays in that team will be looking for a way out. We were sort of relatively lucky that we started getting rid of them all. You sort of knew we were going to be left 2 years before we went down. They all started jumping ship, didn't they? So Spurs are literally like that. All these players don't think they're riding. They don't think they're in a relegation battle. I honestly don't think they do. I think they're all looking for the door. It's piss funny, really. I mean, I cannot believe they've managed to maintain this. You know how bad they've been. I can't believe they've managed to lose, 16 games this season. Did they lose 22 last year with that big idiot, that big stiff idiot, Big Ange? Kevin Keegan says BMG. I agree with Kevin Keegan. Absolutely amazing at both. Sven's too old, says Joe Depp. Sven Goran Eriksson's too old. Well, it probably is now, but Dalglish is a good one. Dalglish is in. Wasn't Alex Ferguson a player? I thought he played at a shit level. Frankfurters and sauerkraut. Is that a joke for Farke? 78 RPM. Dalglish is good stuff. Yes, indeed. Martin O'Neill, I said as well. Roger Slicker, we're agreeing on something here. Pretty average. Lee Jones says, come on, lads. Passports out. Jack says so. What, we're off to Europe, big boy. And you know it. O'Neill is a fine shout. Yes, indeed. Maradona, Andrew Thompson. That's a good one, surely. Diego Simeone's an excellent one, I'd say. Power, corruption and lies, Ming. That bar in Leeds. That's where you got left in that doorway, innit? Don Revy was a good player as well, says Roger Slicker. But I think we got said he was too old. Graham Souness, I also said, I'm actually very rare that, I've said ones that people are saying later on in the chat, so I'm happy about this. In Cape Town, that's blagged my head a bit, BMG, from last week. Ed's blagged there, BMG. Enar in the wings, my brother. How was your trip to England, big man? Appreciate you. Maradona, I'll go to VAR, but not really a successful manager, in my opinion. How far did Argentina get? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's in there, Enar getting the love. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from Andrew Thompson, I think through, what's the word? I've lost the word. Through clenched teeth, whatever. Clenched ass. Through gritted teeth. That's what I'm looking for. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer through gritted teeth. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did enough as a manager, though. And being on bench relentlessly for Man United is not good enough either. I'm only joking, Andrew Thompson. It's a good shout. We'll see what BMG says. Simeone is an excellent shout. Well played. Simeone is a good shout. I agree. I don't know if I said Simeone or whether I nicked it off or whether it was a comment. I don't know whether I said it or not, but I think, did I? I don't even know. They said Alex Ferguson was a shout player, but did you know he was awarded many years later some Scotland international caps? Well, if you've ever played football, you should be a Scotland international, shouldn't you? This is what I've said about my best mate, Sean Longstaff, because everybody says, these lads play for Wales or they play for Scotland or whatever, or Ireland. And if Sean Longstaff was any of them countries, he would be in their starting lineup. Let's not get it twisted. No, Joe Depp, he did not, because they didn't win. The Carter won, because Messi's only won it once. And they've only won it. The last time they won it before Messi was with Maradona won it. So are you then? Are you in Cape Town now, BMG? I've got you, BMG. Right, so they had to play into the 70s. I've got you. Sorry, Jack, but you're completely off the pace there, mate. If you can stomach a terrible bean, then quite frankly, my son, you need to reassess your way. I stand by my analogy. I still enjoyed your analogy, Harley. It's just, I'm not a bean man. That's what I'm saying, apart from in a flick and a twist. That's where I'm at, Brett. It's just everybody loves flicking a bean every now and then. But you want that feedback from it when you go into the flick. You want the ping. I'm going to knock that over if I keep doing that. So, my analogy is simply that I will not buy beans. I don't buy them. But when I go for a full English, I don't give a shit what bean turns up. I'm eating it or I'm flicking it if I lose one. I'm flicking any strays and I'm eating all the ones that remain. Pep's in there getting. I think playing in the 70s is unfair. It excludes Don Revy, the 78 RPM. Pushing for that. Pushing for the big Don. Luke Hoddle's a great shout, says BMG. What is the questionnaire, Gomez gang? It is, which I'm sure BMG's told you by now. It's managers that have managed at a top level and played at a top level. We've had quite a few mint ones in, to be fair. Heinz beans are way overpriced and sweet as fuck, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm just not a bean man in the house. I'm not against beans, but you won't find them in my house. Who was that German player for Spurs? Always dived, drove a VW Beetle around London, became a successful German manager, Klinsmann. I said Klinsmann, to be fair, but I don't know if any goalies. I don't know if BMG's allowed Klinsmann, but any goalies come as manager. Well, there's got to be. Haven't we had a couple of these? Yes, oh my God, there's 42 in the room and we know we're on a rotisserie. And we're on 39 likes. If we could smash a like for us, guys, it's be much appreciated. Soon as has been given. Liam Rossini, Andrew Thompson, love to see it, mate. Get him in there, boys. Get him in there. Is actually true, 78 RPM? That won't surprise me, you know. I think Stuart Dallas would make a good Sky Sports pundit when Carragher dies or something. Yeah, I like Dallas's calmness, his calm demeanour as well. He don't get overexcited by out, does he? He's chill, isn't he? Yes, Mark. Yes, indeed. Give us a ring tomorrow morning, big man. Anytime past 1. I'm only joking, but anytime. Get it sorted. I'm fearful that I might have to drive myself though, Mark, because I've got to go to work afterwards. But I'm hoping Nikita Love will pick me up from the game and then she'll take me to work. But it depends what she's doing. So, because getting to work, I start at 11 and realistically I'm going to be leaving there at 10. So getting a taxi is absolutely ming-tash. So I might have to fucking drive, which I don't want to. And big Ming's through as well, so. Vincent Company, Peter White, I think's a good shout. Yes, I do. Slave the brand. Andrew, I'll give Solskjaer on field, but doubts about his managerial CV, VAR. I don't know if Solskjaer was a good enough manager, personally. I don't know if he won or when he were away. Well, we were shit again. We shit our pants against Chelsea. We sat back way too much, and we could do that. We could do the basics like passing the ball right. Either Bismal says, "Hey, I thought we were much better in the second half, man. Stay loose, hey." They're also, you know, a decent side, aren't they? So we can't have everything his own way all the time. And we were resilient. We still didn't look shit. We still had his chances. We do create chances. Unpopular opinion, beans spoil a full English. Well, we're sorting this out, putting this to the boys here. Beans on a full English. Because I got to say, I disagree with that. Brett, and I'm not the bean man, but I think I prefer beans to ketchup on a full English. So I wouldn't, very rare would I ketchup on the. You'd never ketchup if I were eating a full English with you. Yeah, that's my joke done. But I'm beans all day. But I do prefer it when they're in their own little bowl, and you can dispense them as and when you need. You know, when you get them in like a little. Tiny little bowl. So you're in Cape Town now, BMG. Slaughtering it, mate. 9:30. What a legend. That was half an hour ago, to be fair. Behind already. Brett's been booked. I can't remember what Brett's suggestion was for the booking there. Oh, yeah, for the... I've got you. Hey, I've got you. Egg yolks are enough. Keep it yolking. No more yolks. Can't stand Solskjaer. He gets on my nerves as well with his light-hearted, like... Nuno. Not sure what level he played to. Let's have a look. Playing career. I mean, has he done enough, really, though, to be fair? Oh, are you on about a keeper? I knew there was somebody in Porto. I don't know how many times he played though. Was he good? Oh, as a footballer, for fuck's sake. Was a solid professional goalkeeper rather than a superstar player, often acting and reliable, but aren't they all just reliable? While not always a first choice starter, he was part of high level squads, winning the Champions League and UEFA Cup under Porto with Jose Mourinho. And he won the Copa del Rey with Deportivo La Coruña, but I don't think he played much. But still, that's as good as it's going to get in goalkeeper spot, innit? The Farke, the Dr. Farke Mingy. Muller. Which Muller? Debatable lands Ratcher. Welcome. Deschamps, that's my guy. Yes, indeed, Deschamps. Yes, Lukey boy. LaBeouf. Did LaBeouf manage at a decent level? Did he manage at did he go to Chelsea or all, LaBeouf? I don't think he's ever become a manager, has he, LaBeouf? I don't even think he's a manager. It's definitely the chomps that I'm on about. Yes, War Pigs. What about Zidane manager? I said Zidane as well, Brett. I'm in on Zidane. Graham Stone is in on Zidane. I think that's a good one. Yellow card for Rosinia, although it was funny. It's worth the booking. Worth the booking. Zidaniel Farke. Agnolotti. Sounds like a dish. Johan Cruyff. Can't believe nobody said Johan Cruyff for all the blunt. Although, what era is Johan Cruyff in? No, Johan Cruyff must be in there. Mick McCarthy, what a belter that is. It can. Can't get any worse, can it, Mick? It can. Bus broke down. Can you elaborate on that? Won't go any further. They get about as much as Jer does on his bullshit rumour mill. Jack's sausage stories have more credence than a Jer rumour mill. Love to see it, Roger Slicker. We talk about all the serious stuff over here, mate. And you know, I like my sausage. I'm keen on a sausage. I think company gets in. Jack Charlton. I think we've had the Charlton shout. Gomez gang. Can't Google BMG. Would have to come off the chat. Yeah, don't do that, Joe Depp. Punishable by exile. Kevin Keegan and his mighty fist. I think we've had Kevin Keegan in there. Must be in there. Desai, did he manage it? Is he managed at a decent level though? George Graham. Was he in the David O'Leary era? Did he play for Arsenal? Best known for his time at Arsenal, where he won the league FA Cup double. Scored over 100 goals for clubs including Aston Villa, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Portsmouth. Oh, George Graham's got to be in there, surely. Big George Graham. It's a good one, that debatable lands, Ratcher. We better win tomorrow, as anything less than 3 points against Burnley will be a disaster just on performance. Not a disaster, AO. We could genuinely get away with a point tomorrow, providing we then go and beat Spurs. But in order to appease the fan base and keep everybody nice and calm, we need to win. Obviously, we want to be winning. Platini, says Roller Blunt. Taking it back to the old school there. That's it, Mingy. You're up here for it. Any lineup excluding Peru, Parisley, and Spaghetti Bundle FB. Zidane, yes, good one, yes indeed. Be always in training today, chill, mate. It's just going off what Farke said. You know, he likes to get them in properly, doesn't he, Mark? I'm as chill as these beers were when I got them first out of the fridge, mate. Fridge freezer, mate. DiBaggio says debatable lands. I'm not too sure what DiBaggio did as a manager, to be fair. What about that Frank de Boer guy that got sacked immediately? Primarily focused on youth development and technical roles at Federation. So he's never really had a proper job, I don't think. So, which is a shame, to be fair. DiBaggio was a mint player. Klopp, I don't think, was anywhere near good enough as a player, Lukey boy. 4-4-2 tomorrow, says Lee Jones. I think we can get away with playing 4-4-2. I can't do the formation stuff much more. It's driving me fucking crazy. It has done all season because everybody's obviously been telling him to play 3 at back, and now everybody presumes that they know more about football than Daniel Farke. But the only time we do sort of look like it's more of a 2 is obviously when Metcha starts up top with Calvert-Lewin. But even the past couple of weeks when Metcha were quite effective when he came off the bench against, I want to say, Bournemouth, he was actually out wide again, really. You know, they play as like a 3, but when Okafor's there, Okafor gets around Calvert-Lewin a lot more, but pushes left. And Aronson does the same, but sort of sits deeper. And Stack does the same. You know, he tries to get in and around Calvert-Lewin. So we sort of always play with 3 up top with 2, but it is only Calvert-Lewin is the centrepiece, isn't he, up top? It's always him up on his own, really. The closest thing we played to 4-4-2 is when Metcha plays, which I wouldn't be adverse to be honest, Lee Jones. I think it's a good way for us to get at him and by any means necessary as well. And I think Metcha will be keen as a badger, really, because really, you know, he's got to prove himself going into next season and stuff. You'd be looking at players that, you know, might be moving on, or, you know, has he done enough? I think he's been good for us, to be fair. But if we, you know, they're probably going to be looking in the striking area, aren't they? Strikers, so we're not going to be able to retain everybody. Be interesting to see like which of the bit part players we actually get rid of. Brett's not having it. He's finally said we're safe. Thank you very much, Brett. Ancelotti's a good one, I think. Roller Blunt. Cruyff's in, yes, indeed. I think Rodon is fully fit now. Yeah, he should be, Ali. Should be. Como, boss. Como. Martin O'Neill, debatable. I agree with Martin O'Neill. It's a good one. Ian Holloway played for QPR in the Prem, and he's a legend as well. Ian Holloway always made me laugh. Andrew Thompson. Don could standard won FA Cup in 1954, but he's too old. McCarthy's in, BMG. Get in. 4-3-4 for me. I'd go 5-5-1. I think that's too attacking for me, Graham Stoner. I'd go even further. I'd go 4-4-4. To be fair, we could have an 11. What about managers that weren't players? There'd be more of them, to be fair. Gunnar Haller. Fucking hell. I used to like Gunnar Haller, but I was very young. Managing career. Norwegian football manager, former professional player. Head coach of Honfoss BK after retiring as a player in 2004. I don't know if he's done enough. Served as assistant coach for Viking FK. Fucking Viking FK, the crackers out there. As with Parker leaving, Burnley will probably bounce back to form and go all out to get a couple of wins before they go down. They will not be able to deal with us under lights tomorrow, Ayo, and you know it, mate, and you know it. Stay loose, my G. Started saying my G, by the way, now on the channel. Julie's got my 11 for Burnley written on a scrap of paper somewhere. Love to see it, War Piglet. Get it out, mate. Get it all out. Gomez is in. Gomez is in. Gomez with Big Jack. I got Ed went then. It got collapsed. Giovanni Trapattoni. Are you trying to send me into Dictionary Corner here, Roller Blunt? Sensational stuff. We've had Shankly, but I think BMG said he was too old. Big Kev's the best one so far, I think. This is also true, Ming. It has not come to fruition, has it? This bounce back ability from the managers this season. Vincent Kompany, we've had Luke. I'm not sure if he made it through, but I think Vincent Kompany's a good shout. We don't need no more stupid rules, says Harley. I presume that's in reference to the under-21 player. I don't see how that could ever work. Desai and Platini have to go to VAR, unsure on the managerial credentials. I think I did. I think I did Desai, didn't I? Let me catch up, BMG, and then I'll Joe Depp straight in there, not messing about. Who went to Brunton Park, Carlisle, League One? Who went to the game? Attack, attack, attack. Play James Bogle combo. Does help Bogle, to be fair, Roger Slicker, but yeah, I don't know how D James is really. As Burnley will want to go out with a fight, they won't care. Again, they may be playing for a little bit of I wouldn't even say pride, but again, playing for your spot in the side a little bit, maybe going into next year. And they'll probably come thinking that they can get something, but I think will be too much from tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Ancelotti VAR needs to check the playing CV. I thought Ancelotti would have had a decent career for some reason, but it maybe hasn't. He just seems like that type of centre mid. Playing career as a midfielder, winning 2 European Cups. I knew he were good. And 2 Serie A titles with AC Milan. Midfielder. He was a key member of Saki's legendary Milan team. He's got to get in there. That's a good one. Ancelotti's too old, says Joe Depp. Hoddle's in there, Roller Blunt. Zola. Did Zola do enough debatable lands as a manager? Zola was a brilliant player. But did he do enough as a manager? Were he at West Ham for a bit? Everybody said he was too soft, didn't they? George Graham's definitely... George Graham's a good shout. Mr. Whitesnake in the building. Geets up. Stay loose. And Spurs, Forest and West Ham and Wolves not gone well. Hullet VAR, not sure he managed long enough. Rude Hullet. Joe Depp's not having none of it. Johan Cruyff's... I think we've got Johan Cruyff, Joe Depp. We all know football is a fickle industry. Nothing is set in stone. Who is not to say we could be in a crisis in a few years. We all equate newer as better, but sometimes upgrades actually make you worse. This is absolutely true, Harley 200. And everybody gets a real hard on when we sign a few players and they think they're all going to just come and settle in. And the reality is, like we've said on the channel for years, if you get 50% of the transfers correct, you've had a really good window. 50% to be successful at the club, you've had a really good window. And I honestly think every single player we've signed this season, barring Spaghetti, Facundo, and arguably Perry, even though he's been all right in Cup, have all played quite a big part. Even like Bornau and stuff, he's had some decent games, and when we've needed him in big games, he has turned up. It can look a bit cumbersome, but... Craig Johnston says, but debatable lands. You're in debatable land there. Arsene Wenger didn't play at a good enough standard, I don't think, did he, Andrew Thompson? Am I wrong about that? If Leeds lose to Burnley, Brighton, Spurs and West Ham, it ain't going to be easy. Well, no, but I still think we'd be all right. We're on that European charge. I think the proposed new rule would be superb for football and force English player development. I just don't think it'd work, though, 78 RPM. I don't think you can... And teams would just start the 21-year-old and then drag them off. To what level would you be? In big games, you can't tell me Arsenal won't start a 17-year-old lad and then just drag him off after 30 seconds. Remain defiant, yes, indeed. Agalotti. All aboard for Mr. Whitesnake, and you know it, Lukey boy. They were talking about it on Sky today. Don't shoot the messenger, says Graham Stoner. No, we're in, mate. Certainly not getting shot, mate. Not over here. Maradona, we've had Lee Jones. I'm not sure if BMG were happy with Maradona. But, I mean, I'd take Maradona. Just for how sensational he was as a player. You know, because there's levels of sensation. And then he ultimately did manage Argentina. Didn't win out, but, you know, sensational player. When Mick McCarthy's making it in there, Mick McCarthy was never the player Maradona was. So I do think there's got to be like a middle ground where if you're so much yin, you're yang. If you've been an international manager at a World Cup, I think that's a decent shout for being like the best of your era. But Joe Depp's not having none of it. So part of the criteria for manager is longevity. Someone with a CV like Warnock would be in, assuming he was a good player. Zidane, for instance, has only had a short career as manager, even though he won stuff. Yeah, but I think that's harsh on Zidane, BMG. I'm loving the roles, to be honest, because it keeps it on the straight and narrow. But Zidane won. Did he win 4? How many trophies did Zidane win as manager? I mean, he won 4 Champions Leagues or something. He won 11 trophies as head coach of Real Madrid across 2 spells. His successful tenure included 3 consecutive UEFA League... Dude, he won the Champions League 3 years on the bounce, man. 2 La Liga titles, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 2 FIFA World Club Cups, and 2 Spanish Super Cups. He is the second most decorated coach in the club's history. I've got to put this up for a pause. This is off to full-blown VAR. Can confirm... After 30 votes, 73% of the vote are not crazy and they like beans on a full English. Zidane, has Zidane done enough? As manager. To be the second most decorated... Where's it gone? The second most decorated. He never lost a final in his career as manager. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy stuff. Brian Robson. What about Steve Bruce? Big Steve Bruce. Ron Atkinson, Roller Blunt. We've had Cruyff. Thank you, my brothers. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake. He didn't mention Fruity Loops. Johan Cruyff. Yes, James Armstrong. What's good, big man? I think we've had Ron. I've just said Steve Bruce as well. Debatable lands. I would say we're on the same wavelength, but I'm half an hour behind comments. Conte's playing CV. He was mint, wasn't he? Conte as a player won shitloads, didn't he? Because he didn't have any hair, and now he's obviously got loads. Tenacious, versatile and highly intelligent midfielder known for his stamina, leadership and tactical awareness. He spent most of his career at Juve, that's for nearly 10 years, captaining the side and winning 5 Serie A titles, the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Cup, despite injury setbacks. Conte's in for me, BMG. Conte's in, says Joe Depp, absolutely. Tim Sherwood had a tremendous playing career, to be fair, debatable lands. Fabregas is that's an outside one. I don't think Fabregas has done enough as a manager. I know he's ripping up wherever he is, but Xabi Alonso, has anybody said Xabi Alonso? I don't think. Would you be looking to get Calvert-Lewin out at team, really, Gomez gang, at this stage? Justin for Goodmanson's forced. Stack will probably come in if he is fully fit. But Metcha for Calvert-Lewin, I think's wild. If Mara was manager, we could all be sniffing at the top clubs, and you know it, Lee Jones. On the bag, mate, on the bag. I'm be too far behind. Brendan Aronson is a late bloomer and he's coming into form. Give him another year or two, he'll be scoring goals for fun. Geets up. Gerard Houllier says Roller Blunt. I don't know about his playing career, to be fair, with Gerard Houllier. Haller VAR from I don't think he's got it, BMG. I don't think he's got it. Roy Keane I don't think did enough as a manager, did he? Debatable lands. I know he took Sunderland up, didn't he? But he didn't. He's not done enough. Roberto Di Matteo. Well, if Di Matteo makes it in, Malcolm Bell and Zidane don't, there's a madness going on now. He's trying to say Ancelotti, Ming, or what? Wenger's not done enough, surely. Trapattoni. Is this his managerial career or his football career? Because he's 87. What? Somebody tell me what am I googling his managerial career? Or? What about Ranieri? Won the Premier League with Leicester. What was his playing career like? Joe Depp says Trapattoni too old. That makes my life a bit easier. What was Ranieri like as a player? Calvert-Lewin not scored from open play in 18 games. Need dropping and a kick up the arse. He offers us loads though, Gomez gang. That's the thing. You know, it's not. And to be honest, I'm not. You probably have a go at me for this, but I'm not really bothered about whether he scores from open play or not. Nobody gives a shit about that, do they? Just look at his stats at end of season, and if he gets, how many goals has he got? He's got 11 Premier League goals this season. If he can chip in with another couple towards end of season, if he gets to 13, 14 goals for a free transfer in a alleged relegation battle, you know, I mean, to be fair, Metcher's got a fair few goals this season. I'm not slagging Metcher off because he's been mint. 6 goals, which again, you know, he's not featured massively, has he? So, oh fucking hell! Sorry, boys, that'll probably horrendous on the old Badger. Steve Bruce podcast story on Cantona Kung Fu kick. Eric would have preferred jail rather than do community service, working in the Salford jumble sale back at counter. Is that what he actually had to do, Roger Slicker? When I look at the crap below us and the crap to come up, we should be mid-table Europe to Dr. Farke's Barmy Army next season. I don't know why, War Piglet, we don't have the Dr. Farke's Barmy Army. Obviously, nobody would say Dr. Farke's Barmy Army, only us lot, but I don't know why we don't get the Daniel Farke's Barmy Army going. Because Daniel Farke is really rubbish, innit? Sherwood not successful as a manager, in my opinion. It's not been given. Houllier will have to find out what his playing career was like. He did not have a professional playing career. Worked as a school teacher. Is that right? That's some mad shit if that's right. Talk about not having a decent playing career. He was an amateur player before transitioning to coaching. He played for local amateur teams, studying in Liverpool, and later coached at the amateur level, becoming a player manager. Yeah, that's crazy. So, definitely not. If Zidane don't get in on his managerial integrity, then surely to God, Houllier can't get in. I know he has, BMG. I know he has. That's why when you said he was too old, I thought, well, he probably is now, yeah. But, you know, we're not making fun of the dead. But, you know, I can't help myself sometimes. Joe Depp's just not having it anyway. Lampard's been disallowed. I'm up for that. Has anyone said Wilkinson? I don't think Howard Wilkinson has been said, has he? I'm not sure of Howard Wilkinson's playing career, though, but let me have a deek. Primarily, he's a winger for Brighton Hove and Boston United. Says he had a modest playing career. Began at Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, playing over 100 league matches for Brighton, winning several Northern Premier League titles at Boston, which obviously doesn't mean out. So that's up to BMG. Did Dino Zoff? I've no idea, Roger Slicker. Keane not good enough, manager not given. I probably agree with that, to be fair. Redknapp, I don't know how good were Harry Redknapp. I don't know who Angelotti is. I think, are you on about Ancelotti? Di Matteo, I'd say not. Didn't manage long enough. Saw him at my golf course a few weeks ago. Did you actually, BMG? Di Matteo can't get in. Bielsa didn't play at a good enough level, did he? Unfortunately, Luke. Gordon Strachan, did he manage? What about Neil Lennon? Is it Neil Lennon? I suppose he's only been at Celtic, has he? But he had a decent career, didn't he? Jack, would you take Lampard at Leeds for Farke or no? No, I would not. No, I would not, JB Leeds. Ranieri VAR on playing career. Did I do that or not? I need to catch up. Because I cannot catch up. My G. War Piglet. Solskjaer not given. Yeah, fuck Solskjaer off. Wilkinson couldn't get in the Creators Charity Cup squad. He'd be on bench with Paul Leeds, Therapy, Voldemort and KG. Well, many of them weren't playing and one of them played and might as well not have bothered. So Steve Bruce, I'll take for longevity. Steve Bruce makes it in. He's a nice fella as well. Ranieri, no, I'm afraid, deserves to be in. He's thinking about it. It's considered. Wilkinson, not a good enough place as BMG. Chris Houghton, former Spurs player, says Peter White. Zoff. Big Zoff. Is he Brazilian fella? Or is Italian Dino Zoff? Managerial career. Oh, he's a goalkeeper, is he? He might have had a better career than Nuno. Calm leadership and success, most notably winning the UEFA Cup and the Italia double with Juve in 1990 and guided Italy to the Euro 2000 final. So he definitely had a bit in his locker, didn't he, managerial-wise, BMG. As George Graham has been mentioned, yes, indeed, War Piglet. I can't remember if he got in, but I'm hoping he did. I think I looked George Graham up playing career, I think. We forgot about the man of the match potentials. Roller Blunt's making moves forwards. Zoff, greatest Italian keeper, the man from Del Monte. He say yes. Also, excellent managerial career, Joe Depp. Jose Moreno, for Christ's sake, started as an interpreter for Bobby Robson. I thought you meant Moreno that used to play for Liverpool then. Ancelotti's with VAR for playing career. It was ace, Ancelotti. For playing career, yes, that's Ancelotti. Get up. I looked him up, didn't I? There's yellow cards getting floated about now. Paul 78. Bean on or no bean? I did it, mate. I did it. Strachan, I'd say yes. Decent shout. Has Jack got a poll for AO? We've had a couple of polls up in this bitch, haven't we? I'm pleased to say 90% of women on Zidane, to be fair. I don't think Bielsa played at very high level. No, I don't think he did. Is that about Ancelotti? Because that was early doors, AO, to be fair, but it's a good shout if fans Beckenbauer, yes, indeed. Pavarotti was a pro goalie. There's hope for us all. Well, the singer Pavarotti. I surely owe you. Did anybody cop for Jack's analogy of Jim White? Have you heard how he says .org? If I ever catch up on the chat, I'm going to try and find him saying the targ. It's fucking makes me feel. I mean, Jim White. I know Roger Slicker seems to think I like Jim White, but it makes me feel physically sick. I can't stand the bloke. And then he goes, gamble away, the targ. He thinks everything he does is. And when he were accepting that award the other day, ooh, he makes my skin crawl, man. Julio Iglesias, which always reminds me of Rico, not Rico Iglesias, whatever he's called, that old singer that everybody's mum used to love. Soon as I'm having second thoughts on VAR him, I don't think he really succeeded as manager. He's now a pundit. Didn't he just fail at either Newcastle or Liverpool, and then he was actually decent elsewhere, but they sort of turned on him a bit? Ollie at the wheel. Ollie. Roberto Martinez is a good shout. Malcolm Bell. I'm not unsure about his playing career, to be fair. Somebody needs to come in with me. Welcome, Malcolm Bell, by the way. Even though I'm so far behind, it does my head in. Heinz beans just, it's different. Niche, richer sauce, better balance, and they've actually got flavour unlike the rest. I still go towards that Branston's, whatever it's called, but as I say, I just don't bother me that much. Even though I've thoroughly enjoyed the bean talk, Harley, 'cause it sparked a couple of jokes as well. Did anybody get to the bottom of the Billy Moore and Kara's brother? No, he said, didn't he? We're on Twitter. Billy Moore he wouldn't even like mention it were him, which was a bit weird. But he sort of suggested he just attacked him, I think. But I don't really know much about that Billy Moore guy, to be fair. I just see him on Twitter every now and again, just talking to people. Sometimes aggressively and sometimes calmly, so God knows. Soon as he's in, Joe Depp, or soon as he's in maybe. Would Solskjaer be classed as a super sub? I'd say so, Brett. He's like the original. Robbie Keane's a good shout, Graham Stone. I don't think he's done enough yet, but Robbie Keane, I think, will get in the future 11s when we revisit the 11s. Not still managing, I'm not sure. VAR, but not given on field. Let me catch up, boys, because it's so shit when I can't catch up. Without beans on a full English, it's a naked breakfast. Imagine eating a Sunday roast without gravy. Yeah. Northern boys love gravy as well, Harley. Chris Hughton done a decent job as manager. He has. Solskjaer was in the sub-11. He definitely is. Why do you keep putting me with a G? Is it just to throw me off, Ming? No, Robbie Keane's not done enough as a... Fuck the ball, you ponce, get it slapped on. The level of concentration I had. I mean, sometimes I don't get what anybody's on about anyway, but I had to really work on that one. And now I know what you're on about. You're on about the little ball in the... I'm just trying to be cultured, man. A full English can have a bit of culture with it, Roger Slick. Peter Schmeichel, roller blunt. Get out of it. Beans are good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the better you feel. So let's eat beans for every meal. I can't believe Nikita Love didn't know that. Nigel Adeke, roller blunt. Ming, I'm going to have to book you for constant misspelling. I know it's getting... I don't mind the... Adkins says roller blunt. I don't mind the... I do my best to keep up with the poor spelling, because it don't bother me. But the Angelotti is crazy. Is that it again? He didn't know Angelotti wanted a good player because Angelotti's the funniest name ever. One day you lot will wake up and realise Branston beans are overrated. The actual texture of the individual bean itself does not compare to Heinz, and it's something Harley is passionate about. And I want to get it across to as many people as possible that Harley doesn't fuck about when it comes to Heinz beans, and it's that simple. One day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realise that Branston beans are overrated. The actual texture of the individual bean itself, not the beans as a whole, not the sauce within the bean. Not the bean within the sauce. The bean itself does not compare to Heinz. Sort it out. Solskjaer the melt. Jack's impression of Solskjaer is like Beaker off the Muppets. Yes, indeed. Loads of caps when Italy were mint. Angelotti's in, Ming. Mancini's a mint shout, AO. That has not been said as far as I know. I like my beans simmered so the sauce goes thick. Ooh, go on, Andrew Thompson. Go on, that's got me that one for some reason, mate. A few beers in, that's like tickled my pickle, that one. Likes his beans simmered so the sauce goes thick. Yeah, go on. Because you can, I often, if I'm making full English, I have to mislead them a bit and they begin to bubble and then they do become a bit watery. Angelotti. In fairness, goalkeepers don't have enough brain cells to rub together, so manager not on the menu. Capello, Koeman's a mint one BMG. Capello, Joe Depp's done for me, thank God, because I'm trying to catch up. Rickard, unless someone has said it, nobody has, to be fair. And we had a mate called Rickard, so. Peter Reid. Peter Reid's not a bad shout. I mean, talk about longevity. Mancini, good shout, not Mancini. He said excellent shout, AO, and you know it. Ross Senior and Parker jumped before playing Dr. Farke. Other teams have sacked their managers after Leeds came to town. We are ripping up the Prem, and you know it, War Piglet. Got running scared, mate. Fucking Parker's bottled it. Oh, Ming's getting a bit pushy here. BMG won't stand for that. I'll take Reid and Kendall. Nice work. Yes, Roger Slicker. And you know it. Yes, Lukey boy. Well, didn't Ricard want you? Didn't he win stuff at Barca, or he came to Chelsea, did he? I don't know if he did well at Chelsea though. Oh no, with that. Or at Newcastle he came to, 'cause somebody kicked off with him. Managerial profile. I think he kicked off we're at Newcastle. Manager at Barcelona. Fuck off. Why is it not just giving me the shit that I want? Oh, Porno. Bear with me, boys. Retired from football manager. Netherlands led the semi-finals at Euros 2000. Sparta, Rotterdam. Difficult spell. FC Barcelona won 2 La Liga titles and the Champions League. Galatasaray, which is a bad shout. I'm sure he went to like Newcastle or something. I thought while he was at Newcastle he got like he upset Shearer or something. I thought, yeah. Walters, did he play football? If Gerrard is in, then Souness should be. He won way more at Rangers and dumped us out the European Cup. I'm still waiting on somebody to tell me that Zidane has to go in, because the poll were on 79% that he's done enough. BMG 0 prisoners tonight, and I do not blame him. Ming's on the shackles though. Ming fights good when he's in the corner though, so you want to watch it. Well, I'm surprised. Big Rickard. I don't really know how to say his name, to be fair, but I'm sure he were it. Bobby Robson. I think soon as hasn't he been sort of tarred by it? No, I agree. I think Gerrard hasn't done enough. Martin O'Neill's been mentioned, AO. I'm hoping Martin O'Neill's in, because, yeah, BMG says he's in. Bobby Robson, 2 old, sadly, quit playing before the 70s. Fucking hell, that's a bit mental. Brian Clough has been said. Gomez gang. BMG, yes, indeed. He's gone for it. He's gone for it. Can we have Nigel Clough, longevity as manager? Having bloody Alex Ferguson's son next. Maybe Parker should manage the Cockwombles in the Championship, and you know it, Dazzler. LaBeouf never managed, yes indeed, Graham Stoner. He did a bit of acting. Klopp's a no. Metcher not a winger, Nonto got to be your left winger. Not Metcher, says Ashley Buckland. I agree. I was actually, because on this channel we like to say when we're wrong. I was hopeful that Metcher could have done a bit more of because it's not the traditional left wing, like I say. Quite narrow, and then you just got to be a bit of an option. And I was hopeful that he could do it a bit better. But having said that, he did do it well against Bournemouth. I just thought he was mobile enough, but then it never really came to fruition, in fairness. Conte, we've had AO. Conte's got to be in for me. Also, if everyone loses this weekend, nothing changes, so hardly a disaster. We're going to finish 14th or 13th and relegate Spurs. End of. That's why, you know, if I'm pushing for 4 points out of Burnley and Spurs, Roller Blunt, if I can get to putting Spurs down, you know, you want to get, you know, point. I mean, not that it's beating Burnley or not, but, you know, if you draw with Spurs and beat Burnley, Burnley are done out there. Was, you know, if you beat Spurs, I think that finishes them, to be honest. Glenn Hoddle, Ray Wilkins, Gordon Strap-on. We've had, not sure if we've had Ray Wilkins, to be fair, Roger Slick. Conte's in, says Joe Depp. Get in. Conte's in with it. Conte's got to be in. Already on the beach, me. Come join me, Badgers. It's lovely, my G's. Geets up, Roller Blunt. And you know it, the Badgers. All boxed up. My absolute dude. Biddly, biddly, biddly. Hi, Jack. Get up to you. Big up, big man. How's it going? Appreciate you all boxed up. My G. Welcome. Nobody do it how we does it. If you don't know by now, you never fucking knew. All boxed up. Your name is in my notes, mate. That's all you need know. That's all you need know. All boxed up. Appreciate you, dude. Everybody put some love in the chat for all boxed up. There's a scholar and a gent. I think you'll find we only find the scholars and the gents up in this bitch. In and on and over here. The scholars. The scholars are all boxed up over here, mate. Get up. Conte's in BMG 100%. Hernandez. Well, if Zidane's not in, how can Xavi be in? But Ancelotti won 2 Champions Leagues, BMG. Who's Ancelotti, mean? Who's Ancelotti? Fabregas, I don't think it's done enough. Gomez gang. Bertie Vogsed. Fucking enough to. Pass. Teams coached Azerbaijan national football team. I'm not sure he's done enough. PMG. Two shanked. Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel. Two shanked. Don excluded from the 11 is ageist, and 78 RPM's not having it. He's not happy with it. It's ageism, innit? Any ism or ist. We will not tolerate any ism or ist on this channel. Maybe a few, but, you know, we're not bothered. Mr. Liquor. Metro is a waste out on the left. After Sunday, I fancy us to hit Burnley 3 or 4 tomorrow night. March on together. Bosh, Ashley Buckland. I agree he's a waste out on left, man. I was hopeful that we'll be able to get more out of him minutes-wise and stuff. I didn't think it'd just always be a swap for DCL or whatever. The traditional thing, or we go more of a 2 up top and it's them 2. I was hopeful we could sort of get him on, you know, yeah. Terry Venables, I can't believe Terry Venables hasn't been mentioned. Gary Neville taking the yellow. Love it. Neil Lennon. Yeah, I thought Neil Lennon were a decent shout here. I was as old as Jack is now when Gunnar Haller played for Leeds. Yes, War Piglet were a beast, wasn't he? I liked Gunnar Haller. Jack, did you get home safely after your magical mystery tour on the all aboard the double-decker bus Leeds Sunday night? That was a bit ridiculous, to be honest, Roger. I didn't actually really remember that. So, because it was obviously not in use. And when you're just pissed up, well, when I'm pissed up, just being an idiot, I pressed the button and the double doors opened, much to my dismay, which I thought was really, you know, slack on the bus driver's behalf. But maybe that is the only way back into the bus. I suppose there's note to Nick on the bus unless you're going to try and steal the bus. So it was, you know, I potentially incriminated myself, but also, you know, I think I'll be able to argue it's an honest mistake. I was looking for a bus home, wasn't I? He's won it all, Ming, as Angelotti. Angelotti's one at best to have ever done it. Venables is top bins, goal of the night contender. BMG, loving it. Joe Depp, the sponsor. Ming, he refuses to give up on Angelotti. Angelotti's done it all. Where's Jamie Vardy playing these days? I don't know where. Did he go to... He's in Serie A. I knew he'd gone abroad. Serie A. 5 goals, 25 matches. I think they're a bit shit with players for, though, to be fair. Let's have a look. Cremonese, which sounds like some sort of dirty position. 18th out of 20. So the shit, they've won 6 games all season, so even more proof that he just gets goals. Mark Hughes, has he done enough as a manager? I think Mark Hughes is a good shot. I was going to say Big Sam, you know, but I don't really know what level he played at. Angelotti's one. He really likes anchovies. Does Angelotti apparently? He likes anything with like a shallot in it, so he likes shallots. He likes anchovies. He likes anything with like a ch in it. That tends to be his favourite foods. Angelotti. When did Angelotti quit playing? When did Ancelotti? This would be a real spanner in works for Ming. This would ruin Ming's night. Quit playing football. This really would ruin Ming's night if he quit in 68. 1992? Is he not as old as is Angelotti not as old as I thought Angelotti was? Angelotti's only 66, boys. BMG, I actually think, as an outsider man at match, I think Ming smashed it out of the park with Angelotti. He's also managed to create a different player out of it as well. Alan Shearer, as he will be successful manager whenever he starts managing. Fuck Alan Shearer off, silly bastard. I can't stand him. Zola not good enough as a manager, I agree. I am so far behind. Jack, when is your next tune out? You said it was a belter. I didn't say it was a belter, to be fair, Roger Slicker, but I would never talk about myself in such a fashion. But I am releasing some music soon, and I actually mean it. So, but it's under a different name and no job lot, different genre. Shearer, no, yeah, it was shit. Took the tune down as manager's shit. Craig Johnston, don't think so, management-wise. Agreed, BMG. Invented the Predator boots. Is that actually true, Peter White? Ming will not let it go. Deschamps, I said Deschamps. I liked that one. You will have been AO, yeah. We're at Newcastle on it for a bit. Luis Enrique is a mint shout. Ashley Buckland, I can't believe that hasn't been said. That's a brilliant shout. Yes, indeed, Gomez gang. Even more so now. It's a belting shout, absolutely, Ashley. And as a latecomer there as well, Ashley, and by latecomer I mean like that's a big name being missed. You know, even he's currently he's in the Champions League semi-finals, isn't he? You know, he's the boyo, isn't he? So, and Company were getting mentioned, and then not the big man, not the PSG man. So, unless I've got the fucking hang on a minute, I need to check out. I think I've just had a mind fart. Yes, no, that's Luis Enrique, yeah. Luis Enrique, yeah. I think that's a man of the match shout. A lot of rules are well-intentioned, but end up being exploited and causing a bigger problem because they are poorly thought through. You're on about the under-21s, not your rules, BMG. You smash it out park every time, mate. 21-year-old has to be on the pitch for every minute of game if injured. A 21-year-old... Is that actually the fucking... Is that what they're trying to say, Luke? I know they have 78 RPM. I actually thought that when I said it. Zidane won 3 on bounce. I don't even like Zidane. I do like Zidane as a football player, but I didn't like him as a... I don't soft jizz like everybody does over him. Because I think he's a bit of a dick. Even obviously amazing, but... I don't know, I just didn't like him. Not as a player, guys. But I know he's good at football. But I wouldn't. They've all got a proper hard on for Zidane, haven't they? And I'm not. He don't do alt for me, but I was so keen on him to fail at Real Madrid, and he did not. Maradona should have worn a protective glove on that hand for the rest of his life. No need, Brett. That's how he garnered all his cocaine. Sure. Regarding Zidane, yes, he's in there for his trophy haul, but I was just using him as a contrast to Warnock, who won no, but as manager, managed for ages. Both would get in, assuming a good playing career. What did Warnock play at a decent level? Postecoglou, don't even wind me up, Joe Depp. He's not good at either. Zidane never lost a final. It's mental, Ashley Buckland. It's mad shit. Imagine how many lines of coke the hand of God has cut. That's what I'm saying, Mingy. Yes, War Piglet, appreciate you. Smash the likes for my jiggy. So, appreciate you, War Pigs. Fernando Santos, I'm going to have to move quickly and really need to catch up because I'm getting further and further behind. Evening, Jack and everyone. What's the 11 tonight? Yes, CB. I'm sure you found out by now. Let me try catch up. Jack, I think you got the wrong end of the stick, R.E. Zidane. But be careful about getting too lippy about it or you'll be in the book for dissent. Send me off. I've put myself on timeout, like. 30-second ban. I know I wasn't gone for 30 seconds, but I didn't want anybody thinking that was actually a mistake. Company got record promotion with Burnley, then gets relegated the following season. Now manages Hamburg. Does that make him a top manager? Manages Hamburg. Marcelo Lippi. Inzaghi, Ashley Buckland. Ashley Buckland's coming up with some decent ones here. Don't change his name again, Ming. I can't handle it again. Let me do that let me catch up. CB, Big Sam's been said, and I don't know what level he played at, but I think Big Sam's a decent shout. But I don't really know what was said. Cold. He's a cold motherfucker. I think it gets elevated. I think Angelotti gets elevated for the constant. Company manages Bayern Munich, yes. Very well could do. Big Sam's in. Bosk. Alan Pardew. Big Jack Charlton's been said. Gordon Strachan's been said. Ashley. Let me do it. Dalgleish has been said. Lee Bowyer, Ashley Buckland. I'd have Lee Bowyer in. Just because I can't help myself. But I don't think he's done enough as a manager. Don't make it the last one, Malcolm Bell. Soon as has been said. Get up, Roger Slicker. Have you actually on Prosecco? You didn't hang about with Nikita, love. She'd be all over it. And they said she'd be all over you then, but we don't want that. Well, you might, but I'm not too jealous about stuff, but I wouldn't want that. DCL brings much more than goals. We can't play our style without him. Yes, BMG, love it. Coming around to it now, Luke. Sometimes I think companies. Well, it has only been a short time. If he wins everything this year, BMG knows me far too well. He knew as soon as I saw fucking. As soon as I saw Boyer, I'd be weak at the knees, mate. Matt Busby, sorry for swearing, CB. You've got it. Honesty's key over up in this bitch, mate. DCL header off the line, worth a goal in a game or two this season, surely. Yes, indeed, War Piglet. And don't call me Shirley. Am I catching up here or not? Patrick Vieira, that's definitely going to get you a yellow. Although, no, maybe not definitely, but yeah. Bit of a novice. But he's letting him go through. Yes, Richard Todd, what's good, big man? Jack, you've moaned about Zidane not getting him. When I put him in the team, an honest mistake. But you've been in my ear too much. It's a yellow. Sorry about that. I'm claiming that B&G... Martinez has been said BMG, I think. Joe Depp's not having none of that. Ferguson had success with big money. Backing. Tried to sign Gaza, Letizia, Alan Shearer. He went above and beyond for Ronaldo. Money talks. He was at Rochdale. He did one bugger all. Yeah, but that isn't that everybody's in that everybody's managerial career, to be fair. Mingy, me old mucker, you will see me tomorrow, mate, for the big match. Appreciate you, dude. You don't have to tip the box though for it, man. But we appreciate you, Mingy, and you know it. If you don't know by now, you never knew, boy. Thank you, Mingy. Let me catch up, and then I will come back to the super chat. I'm tempted to skip, but I know everybody has a go at me when I skip. But I'm getting warm. So I can't catch up. And we know that the flies are coming in now, don't we? The flies are on the way in. Man of the match, Zidane Geets up. Mackay's in. Blanchflower. What about Clough? I think we've had Clough, haven't we? Have I moved too fast there? I didn't see Ashley's. Hector Cupper. It sounds like a nice branch of Geets up. Weekend out nearly a bonus, and you know it, Brett. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate you, brother. We need to get this weekend out sorted big style, don't we? We need to know what all the boyos are doing, because people better be in on it. Because I'm not. I reckon I'll get tickets for West Ham, and I'm going to have to turn them down. Well, I will be turning them down, because the squad's enough as it is. And I love the Leeds vibes. Big Sam's been said, Roller Blunt. Valencia. I don't think Benitez were decent, but let me catch up. Van Gaal wasn't good. I don't think Benitez were decent, were he? Or was he? Would you take Eddie Howe at Leeds? Looks like he might be available soon. Eddie Gray on the player management front. I don't want to talk about new managers, Richard Todd, but if we just eliminate Farke being at the helm, you know, if we was in need of a manager, I think Eddie Howe's on to better projects, bigger projects, really. But I'd definitely take Eddie Howe. I think he's fucking brilliant. I think he's brilliant. Haggy. Don't know did Haggy do what as a manager? Oh, box up's alright. Shout though. Van Basten, did Van Basten do what as a manager though? He retired well early, didn't he, Ashley? I forgot that Souness did well at Rangers for ages, then won cup with Liverpool, so he's in. Yes, Souness is in, my guy. I don't really particularly like Souness, but I sort of do for some weird reason. Yes, Brett. To be fair, they get straight in, don't they? Yeah, the Neville boys. I prefer the DeVille brothers, to be fair, Brett. It works for me. Heinz Beans is full of sugar, salt, and additives to brainwash the weak-willed. 78 going in. Harley will be downstairs cooking beans like there's no tomorrow now. Eddie Gray not a good enough manager, BMG. I would have to, unfortunately, agree with that. Straight answer, no, he's blown millions at Newcastle. One fuck all. About to get sacked. Gomez gang, he's done an amazing job. On advisement from a member of the JCC crew, I sent all your best wishes to Mr. Wainman. He sends his thanks and love to you all. Yes, indeed, Mr. Whitesnake. Big Duncan Ferguson did a bit, didn't he? Did a bit at Everton running down line. Sammy Lee was the original super sub. 1-0 Forest. It's crazy, that. Is that right? Who's at... Not that it really matters who's at home. It's, yeah, fucking hell. They've won. Chris Wood. Still banging him in. He's come back from injury. Banging him in. Eddie Howe be upgrade. Would Eddie Howe be an upgrade to Farke, or would it be relatively like for like replacement? I'm not convinced. Why wouldn't you be convinced on how? Fucking hell, man. I don't know about Haggy. Well, let me catch up, BMG. I know I've not been great VAR, but to be fair, Joe Depp saved the day a few times. I think we've said Koeman. Koeman's got to be in for me. I don't remember Van Basten ever being a manager, to be fair, but I might be very wrong. And he's Dutch. Joe Depp don't like the Dutchers. The Duchess. The Duchesses. You deserve the yellow, but you got to take the yellow for that. For the Devils. They're not, are they? It's 2 points. The 2 points of others. Gomez gang. They are 2 points above us, brother. All I do is look at the league table, mate. It's Palace that are 3 points above us. Newcastle are 2 points above us, my G. We do not upgrade 78 RPM. We don't need to, my man. You know it. Ray Clemens. Roller Blunt. It's good to have you back, by the way, in full swing, Ray, Roller Blunt. I nearly called you Ray Blunt then. Adkins will send it to me. Let me get to Tony Adams. Did Tony Adams do what was a manager? I know he went into management early on, didn't he? But he won't. Joe Depp's not having none of that. Koeman had said yes to, he thinks. I would say, being a clever lad, Jack, I'd forgotten my own analogy. It's as if I was on Sunday's bus with you Sunday night. We could have all been on it, but it didn't fucking take us anywhere. Rush didn't do what was a manager, did he? Clemens is a no BMG. John Aldrich. I don't really know what he... Did he? Jack, there's only one way to sort this on a breakfast. Heinz, Branston or none. I don't know if I want to pull that up there. I can confirm that Zidane hasn't done enough. 82% say yes, he's done enough. And I know I've irritated BMG with that. I'm not sure if I want to pull that up, Brex. I don't know how to answer that myself. Because I'll tell you what I'll add in. I'll add a I don't care in. Because that's where I'm at. So, you've gone out. They need to stipulate. You've gone out for a full English. You're not having this at home. Because I'm not buying. I just buy Heinz. I won't even really bother at home with beans, to be honest. I can't be arsed with them. But when I can, I just get Heinz. I'm not going to go search for Branston's. So Branston's, I'm not putting them first to try and hijack it before anybody says I'm fucking with the poll. Heinz or I just don't care. Give me beans. Just give me some beans. Just give me some bean. Oh, I'm over by a line. I'll just take the just out. Just give me beans. I want to put to flick, but I can't fit it in. Just give me beans to flick. It's not going to... Just give me beans to F. That's all I can fit in. Brian Robson's not enough for BMG. If Atkinson is nowhere near good enough... Big run. Did Cliver... Adams fucked it off, didn't he? I remember you saying that, CB, about beans, genuinely. And did Seedorf... I do AO. But they are very childish, aren't they? They're very childish to eat. Van Bommel. I don't know if Van Bommel... I get confused with all Vans. Because that left back, Van Bronckhorst, is in management, isn't he? I don't know. Is he one of them that fucked it up or not? You never know with Dutch ones, do you? Van Nistelrooy can't have done enough yet, though, surely. Oxo Cube in Netto beans. Pre-2014. Love the stipulation, Roger Slicker. You nearly delayed me then. I'm trying to catch up. But I do need to go get some beers, boys. So will you grant me the beer break? So you know what we'll do. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. And you're all going to hate this track, but... Nobody will like this song, but you've asked me about my new tune, so you're getting it. It's a totally different type of music, boys, from what I normally make. Or not what I normally make. This has always been my backup plan. I'm going to run for a piss and some beers, boys. So Stay with me. There's 38 you in room. If it drops by even 1, I'll never forgive you, let me tell you, so. BRB. Hours, 6 beers and couple of little quick swallies after work with boys, to be fair. Down road, then I race back and I'm like, shit. To the shop, I'll text Nikita Love saying, fucking get beers, put some beers in freezer, will you, love? We need them fucking freezing. She's like, I'm off to work, I ain't got time. Put some fucking beers in freezer. Clivert and Seedorf both do VAR for managerial. I don't think either have done it. I'm not sure about Seedorf, to be fair, but Clivert's never done it, has he? Trouble with beans in here is you chat them. Chatting beans, Mr. Whitesnake. Love to see it. Van Bommel, never heard of him, so couldn't have been that good. Van Bommel, I've heard of Van Bommel, the player. But Ullit was the Newcastle boss who fell out with Shearer. Oh, Warwick, yeah, I think I've just got their hairdos mixed up. Bobby and Brian Robson, Ashley Buckland slapping it in there. In 1999, they had a supermarket price wars on beans and tin tomatoes. I remember buying tins of bean for 3 or 4 pence. That can't be right, Roger Slicker. That's Harley 200's fucking wet dream, innit? Or beanie dream. Let's see if I can make it a hat-trick of red cards tonight. Drum roll. Go on, Ayo. Get stuck in, my lad. Vialli, as much as he's Chelsea, great player and good manager, pretty good manager. R.I.P. Vialli's a good shout, Richard Todd. I don't know if he'll be enough for BMG, but I don't know if he won enough. Man City, Barcelona, twin club for obvious reasons. Gomez gang. Okay, Jack, you're still on about Zidane red card. Gear off. Bye. Am I allowed back? Bye. Jimmy the Chin. Go on, Mingy. Give him it back. Viali's in. Gates up, BMG. Brolin. Your spelling tonight's amazing, Mingy. Marching on. Not Wizard Ham, to be fair. I know he's man of the match, but Gates up 78 RPM. Ming's everywhere. Ming's everywhere tonight with it. I'm fucking loving it. Ming's never been like this as well. And for some reason, I was talking about managers. He's all over it, Gaff. Martin Yol. What were Martin Yol as a player? I liked Martin Yol for some reason. What were fucking Hodgson like? Roy Hodgson. Take it easy, Joe Depp. I know you've probably gone by now, but appreciate you, man. I'd caught up. I've gone for a piss and shit, and now I'm fucking further behind than I was. The Hole Dwellers can rarely spell. Have you deliberately misspelt rarely there, Mingy? Really, been cheating on me, have you, Ming's having an early bat. To be fair, he's been asking for it. I think he deserves it. Ray Wilkins is in Get Up. Everybody's got a lot of nice things to say about Ray Wilkins as well. That is a controversial comment of the day. My long-term goal is to get in, to get on Mumra's channel and make full piece and make him laugh a couple of times. Because when you sit in green room before you go on, that's my long-term goal. To pretend that I'm really ready for him, and then he'd be so set up to chat so much shit to me about all sorts of shit, and I'd just be like, oh, I've only come on here to make amends, big man. But I think he'd get me on false pretenses and try and trip me up. It'd be like a Piers Morgan interview, wouldn't it? I might message him saying, do you fancy coming on tomorrow night? Or not tomorrow night, I'm at fucking game. And that's why I'm blatantly joking, because I'm obviously not going to do that. But I'd go on, I don't know why I'm now calling him Mumra, but just in your faith. I'd go on his channel whenever he wanted. I've said that from the start. And everybody, I bitch and moan out loud, that's all I do. Anything, I'm actually one of them people, one of them dickheads that when they always go, oh, that I say in public, I'd say to your face, mate. Well, I don't really do that in life. But when it comes to, YouTube, it's all, fucking, I don't know what that is, but I'll just leave it for now. It's all a lot of bollocks, innit, YouTube? It's just if you're going to put yourself, I've said before, if you put your ugly mug on the screen, you're going to come into flack, aren't you? But yeah, you've reached ultimate fame, haven't you, when you get on Mumra's, when you're getting abused on Mumra's. Alonso, I said Alonso a minute ago, didn't I? Although I'm so far behind. Matthias Aurelius, sounds like it. Steve Coppell, only man I liked as a kid, retired 28, made a good manager. Gave right his big. I think Steve Coppell's a good shot. I don't really know of his what do you call it, playing career, but it's a good shout. I didn't know who he was, to be fair, BMG. I'm going off like a 90-min sub when we're 1-0 up. Slowly, Ming, do you mean? Coppell's a great shout. BMG loves it. Gus Poyet, I think, is a good shout. Peter White. Didn't quite reach. But I actually thought, and I get so much shit for this, but I thought Dennis Wise and Poyet were quite the little team, really. I actually quite liked the whole, a bit mad, wasn't it? We'll have to look it up, BMG, but I fucking need to catch up. I'm half an hour behind. This is crazy. Chris Wood scored his 200th goal. So it's been amazing for years, to be fair. And they said Brian McDermott, Ashley Buckland in capitals. Neil Lennon's in, I'm surprised. Capello's a good shout. Did we say Capello? It's just a BMG, you know what you're doing there. It's a question. Can I not ask the question, ref? You fucking legend, BMG. Capello's a good shout. Capello will have played at a good level. We've had Sven though, Ashley Buckland, and he was shit, I think, as a player. Vialli we've had, but I'm not sure whether BMG accepted him in. Jack, where the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. I can't believe I didn't go ahead with that, to be fair, because when I watched it back, I thought, do I say wheels on the bus go round and round? And to be fair, you know, whenever I probably had about 12 pints, it's not. If I was singing wheels on the bus go round and round, I think, I don't know, there's, you know, I get told I'm immature often enough. If I'm singing the wheels on the bus go round and round, I think I'd have to say, well, yeah, I probably am too immature at this point. Vialli, we got. I enjoy the thanks, BMG. Vialli, we've got. Thanks, thank you. Zola, we've had Rich Walker. Welcome, Rich Walker, by the way. But Zola's not done enough at managerial level, according to BMG and me. But I'm just blaming BMG, 'cause I've only just seen you in, Rich Walk. Gary Speed managed Wales. He did indeed, yeah, but I don't think Speed did enough, did he? Although they speak right highly of him. Did Maldini do out as manager? Poyet, not a good enough manager, but I'll raise you, Dennis Wise, just asking. Can I ask a question, BMG? Can I ask a question? I don't think Ancelotti gets in. I think Angelotti. Scolari's a mad shot. That'd go to thingy for me, though, because I don't know what Scolari were like as a player. Fuck all, CB. Fuck all. Jack, are you team Prince Nazim or Johnny Nelson in the telling the truth debate? I'm going to pull that up. 56% I don't care, give me some beans. 33% are Hines and 21% are Branston. So Hines does win over the just give me beans. Whose side you on? Johnny Nelson or Prince Nazim? Or it's all a game. Because I'm on the it's all a game, Roger Slicker. I think it's all funny. I think Prince Nazim's a knobhead, and you want him to be a knobhead. And then Johnny Nelson's the nice guy that says the truth, and Prince Nazim don't give a fuck, does he? I like him for not giving. He just don't give a shit about all. I don't actually like him, but well, I would if I met him. I think, yeah, I like people like that. Me that just don't. Sometimes he don't even know what he's saying. Don't worry about what he's saying. He just fucking says it. Company's in, Rich Walker. Well, I think, to be fair, Rich Walker. But because Company's played at an unbelievable level as well. I'm not sure what happened with Xabi Alonso or Xavi. Did we ever find out about Xavi? Yeah, took Mingy. Don't worry, Jack. You might too humble to admit it, but we know your tunes are bangers. Very, extremely nice of you, AO. Appreciate that, AO. You're very, very kind, sir. I still don't believe that, but equally, I don't take criticism, so if somebody says, oh, mate, this is shit, I go, well, all right then. But if somebody says, oh, this is mint, I go, oh, well, yeah, but it's not, though, is it? So either way, I just don't. It kind of works both ways for me. I don't take the praise and then I don't take the criticism. So, but I do appreciate it the way. It's very nice here. Speed for sentimental values alone, says BMG. Now, I agree. But, you know, I do think that is verging on an orange card, isn't it, BMG? Because you can't, you know, it's either you're either enforcing the rules, BMG, or you're betraying them. But I am on board, obviously, for Gary Speed. O'Neill's been mentioned. I think O'Neill's a really good shout, Rich Walker. Same here, Brett, in reality, but I enjoy how much of a dickhead he is. Do you know what I mean? Scolari and Maldini VAR. Scolari for playing career, Maldini for managerial career. We do need to sort that. Ronald Koeman, I still ain't given him... Ronald Koeman's got to get in. He was awesome. Nazim's trash, but you need it, don't you? Johnny Nelson's loving it. It's kind of this is what I'm saying. Prince Nazim, this is what he's about, innit? And Johnny Nelson knows what's going on. And not Brendan Ingle. Dominic Ingle's weighing in. They're loving it. It's what Prince Nazim's always done it. He brought loads of attention to them all. It's brilliant for them all. Prince Nazim's talking shit, but he's kind of right. He says, like, oh, I begged him to be on the... Well, I begged Frank Warren to put him on the things. But, how many more clicks and how much... it does sort of like... If they're all in on it, which they're not, I do believe it to some extent. But I just don't think Prince Nazim gives a shit about all. I just think he chats shit. And I like people that just chat shit. And then, you sort of like... I like people that go on, If I went on radio every day... I'd say some stuff and I'd just think, I just sort of meant that in the moment. I like Johnny Nelson. Do you know what I mean? If I knew Johnny Nelson, I'd be like, I just fucking said he's a snake. Just because I was in a bit of a mood about whatever, do you know what I mean? Also, when everybody thinks I've got an issue with Voldemort or Roly-Poly Paul or something, it's like, fucking any of them at this point, to be fair. Yeah, it's just, oh man, we just, spend a lot of time talking. Johnny Giles, Jackie Charlton, Eddie Gray. Eddie Gray didn't get in. Rich Walker. Gordon Strachan got in. Gary McAllister's not been mentioned, to be fair. It'd be interesting. Simeone, I think's a mint shout. I fucking like Dennis Wise and Gus Poyet, mate. I couldn't help myself. I think we're scratching the bottom of the barrel. Says Luke. We have smashed loads in, to be fair. BMG knows. Simeone's in. How am I so far behind? Every time I look at the time, I go like, fuck. Dennis Wise is the only manager to win 5 games and still be on no points. Yes, Ashley Buckland. That's a trophy in and of itself, innit? Beckenbauer's been said, CB, quite early on as well. Why would he disassociated himself, Roger Slick? Why have you? If Ming mentions Ancelotti again or Jack mentions Zidane again, it's a season-long ban. I'll have to pull the plug on the underlap. So Ming, don't fucking throw me under the bus here. Platini and Hoddle. We've definitely mentioned Hoddle. I don't know whether Platini went to VAR or not. I can't remember. Platini's the one in for the... We need to look at Platini. Shevchenko hasn't done enough at managerial level, though, has he, Ashley? Gary McAllister... Has Gary McAllister done enough at managerial level? I'm starting to lose track of what. King Billy. Scum. Cheviot Shaw and management. He's abroad somewhere, isn't he? I've no idea what any of that's about, Roger Slicker. Marcus Babel. I don't think he's done all as a manager, has he? Ashley Buckland. I may very well be wrong. Ferguson. Knew it'd happen. I missed Vieira and so did VAR, so you only get a retrospective ban after post-match PGML review. You can appeal, although I'll warn you, it will be futile. And you can appeal, but the appeal, you're still banned upon the appeal. Upon the appeal, do you know what I mean? It's not like it's appeal that pushes it further down the road. You're not fucking with mine and BMG's system here. We appreciate you, AO, but the ban, it's like you're guilty until proven innocent up in this bitch. When you're 2 hours, 15 minutes in, you're guilty until proven innocent. Don't worry, AO, I'm only joking, you're in, mate. I'd never buy it. AO, you're in. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, AO. I've got you, mate. Starling, let's not make it about politics, Ming. To be fair, I don't really know what Bremner did as a manager, to be fair. Shankly's been said, but I think he's too old, Ashley Buckland, from a parent. Am I only at the piss tune? Is that how long ago this is? Paul, Jack, does Farke leave Leeds under his own fruition? Or does Parag push him out? I'll definitely pull that up. 58% say it's all a game, which I'm actually happy about. I'm actually, and then 33% said Johnny Nelson, because I think everybody agrees with Johnny Nelson. 8% agree with Prince Nazim, but 59% say it's all a game. Now mince that. The polls worked. Does Farke leave on his own? / I want to put a preface in this because they never leave on their own, do they? But like mutual. Is that what they say? Is it mutual or is it sack? It's sack, isn't it, in reality? David Moyes, Ashley Buckland. What were David Moyes like as fucking BMG's giving cards out and taking them back at drop of an hat at this point? It's like, oh, sorry, mate. Now I'll rescind that, yellow. I'll rescind that. I'll fucking give you it back. I'll give you it back and more if you're not careful. It's like, oh no, just give me it back. If it's been rescinded, just let me. No, we're doubling down. It's more. Hey, Luke. I don't like Southgate as a player or as a manager. But that has got to be a decent shout, that, from Lukey boy there. And I love the trepidation word as well, Luke, by the way. I think Luke's had this in locker since 8 p.m. I really do. And he's thought, right, it's 5 to 10 in this chat. It's 22 minutes past 10 in reality. But it's 5 to 10 in real life. Well, no, it's 22 past 10. Don't really matter what time it is. But the point being is, I think Luke's had this and he's waiting and he's thought, oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm saying Southgate because nobody said Southgate. And ultimately, you know, I think Southgate's a bit of a jenk and a bit of a punk. Might have to go get another beer. But he did do well with England, regardless of whether or not he fucking had the luckiest draws in the land and he was boring as sin and all that stuff. He did do well. What was Tuchel like as a player, genuinely? Did Simon Grayson have a good enough playing career? I'm asking the question. I'm loving the asking the question, PMG. It's a shout, Luke, says Ming. I think that's a good shout. Let's get sorted, Jackie boy. We know there's me and you and Ming so far. My hotel is booked. Just need to sort if anyone else is coming. Well, there's a few. There's my mates as well, Brett. So there'll be a gang of us. Nikita Love will hopefully be out. I don't know if Paisley will be out, but oh, sorry, yeah, you're on about Paisley. Send it to I don't think it even needs to go to VAR. Joe, the VAR's left as well, so was Saki a good? Sammy Lee wasn't original super sub. It was a ginger guy, Liverpool name. I don't know. If it's not Sammy Lee, I won't know if there's the one prior. Paisley quit playing before the 70s, so no, BMG. Ashley Buckland getting shot at Park. Fairclough. Eating a whole pack of 5 a day over bacon to outdo Jack's wimpy sausages. I'm the daddy, and you know it. Only if you put daddy's sauce on it. Daddy's sauce. Love it though, 78 RPM. Pack it up, mate. Get some pack of bacon, mate. Hey, I go thick bacon now. I don't piss around. My mama never raised no dummy. I used to get more thin, so you can obviously get like the 10 pack, can't you? And it's thin, and it fucks me off a bit. So I've realised that Nikita Love doesn't eat any of it. She'll have like one slice of it. So I'd rather get 6 thick. If I'm buying it for myself, I'd get 6 thick and I'd just slap them all on anyway. But what I'm saying is when she's in house, you know, you have to offer it out, don't you? Which frustrates me. Because she don't really like it or eat it. But she will do. And she'll go, oh, no, it's nice, it's nice. I'm like, yeah, but we're not getting to the root of the problem here. I want all of it. And I really want to enjoy it. What am I talking about? Bacon. Daddy's bacon. So 6, I now go 6 thick as opposed to like 10 or it might even be, it can't be 12. I think it's 10 thinner. But I've always thought more slices, more bacon, but no. Less slices, more bacon. More, not necessarily more bang for your buck, because you can't, if you're feeding a few, you need the 10, and they'll all have to sacrifice the thickness, won't they? This is why I end up behind on the chat. I appreciate what I will, before I do close on that though, 78 RPM, I will not have my sausage called Wimpy. No, I will not. And I didn't actually realise that you'd put Jack's Wimpy sausages. I was up for it in reference to bacon, because truth be told, or actually no, I nearly said truth be told, I prefer bacon to sausages, but I'm not sure that's true. 2 years ago, I would have 100%, you'd have never heard me speak about sausages. But once I get on a roll, once I open up to a mushroom, I'll go a while with not having mushrooms, and then it's, what am I having with these mushrooms? There's just mushrooms everywhere, always. And I am on a hella roll with these sausages. So much so they've made it onto a short. Pissed up in Tesco a few months ago, so that was probably a lot longer ago than I actually thought. This is where I always get so far behind. We shit the bed. See, I need to catch up. Great Paul Andy, and I think if 49ers don't fully back Farke financially in the summer with the funds for players, Farke will walk away. That is it. I shouldn't have put mutual. I should have put a fucking walk away as well. To be fair, I don't think they'll just bomb him. I think they will pretend it's a mutual consent thing. Mutual consent? Is that the right? Did Dunga marriage Brazil? Was he the little centre midder? Defensive midfielder, yeah. Served as the head coach of Brazil national football team, yeah. Do you know, I remember Dunga managing genuinely. Did he go to World Cup or something? Because he must have been when I was real young. When he played. 1998, yeah. Because it's a mint name. That's one thing with Brazilians, they do stick out on there, don't you? That is true though, 78 RPM. Where are you flicking your beans from? Did we do that, BMG? Thank you, because I'm losing track. Jack, how would you do in the food vlogging videos? I don't know. Should we do it? I'll happily film me cooking. Actually, would Roger Slicker? What do you reckon? As you pull it up, 67% say mutual. I'm gonna put. Should I start a cooking channel? To be fair, Queen Nikita, she likes cooking, so I'd have to get her involved, and then it's a bit of titillation, then, isn't it? But she'd actually, I'd just film. She'd be like, "Oh no, go away, just let me," and I'd be like, "No, it's for the vlog, love." And then I'd do mine. It'd be like Jekyll and Hyde, Roger Slick. It'd be like me and you, mate. Come on, 78 RPM. Let it be known. Controversial comments. Branson sauce is a game changer. Been using it for years, but it's top secret. Keep it to yourself. Branson sauce. Let me have a look at this fucker. Original pickle. Piccalilli, I'm minty, but is original pickle the same as Piccalilli sauce, or am I horrendously offending you, Richard Todd? There, is that horrifically offensive? 78 RPM. We need to know, mate. I prefer to flick beans, and I prefer to finger hoops. Big Ron, I'd say no, because he was an average player. Was Big Ron an average player, was he? Van Bommel managed PSV. Is Roller Blunt coming out? Yeets up. Van Nistelrooy was a joke, but I understood BMG. New tunes. Oh, thank you, Richard Todd. It's a bit of a different switch, but it was always the backup plan. to the hip hop stuff because I'm obviously getting older and nobody wants to listen to. No youngster wants to listen to a old boy rapping, but they don't know how old you are when you just make house music, so you're sort of all right. Van Dyke, the old bamboo, the original Cockney Australian. Dick Van Dyke. Piz tune, yes, Van Bronckhorst, although I'm not sure he's done enough as a manager, has he? Just asking the question. Where did Van Bronckhorst... Didn't he nearly come over to... or did he come over and did he fail horrendously? They were on about him coming to... can't remember. Did he come over and get... I can't remember if he got sacked. Were he... Feyenoord, Rangers and Besiktas. I thought he nearly came over to England. Were it like Crystal Palace or something that they were banging on about him? Who's Cynthia? What does that mean? 78 RPM. Cynthia. Yeah, I know, a bit ironic that the only defo is a black cat. Oh, I'm gonna have a head. Summer vibes, my G. Bouncing tunes. Appreciate you, boys. Thank you very boys. Some nice deep bass gears up. Kind of Richard, but I feel like it's I don't know. Honestly, my self-doubt's horrendous, man. So it's I always feel like I'm like exploiting something or like I don't know. It feels really forced all the time. You know, I probably should just, you know, not worry about that. But I do in my head, and then I can't. If I normally get about 15 minutes into a track, and then I lose my like. I either still like it or I think, oh no, what am I doing here? Like, why am I doing this? Like, is it for, am I just trying? I hate, you know, we joke about being a clout chaser, don't we, on the channel? We have done forever. But the idea of chasing it hurts my feelings, and then my head goes. I've made about 6-7 tracks for this new alias. And I'm just hoping my head don't fall off. I'm waiting for designs back. And I've got this track not signed, but 2 lads that have on the track are happy. They're quite big artists and they're happy for me to put it out as a remix and stuff. So I need to get it finished, but I'm horrendous with it. It's sitting in this room for long hours, not in the chat, that's fine. But, you know, the question marks over your brain is fucking mad. Question: if Farke has 70 million spent on one player, Voldemorte, do you think he would sign A, 1 better player, B, 2 better players, or C, more than 3? The question says it all about Eddie Howe. But I don't think it comes down to that, to be fair, Gomez gang. But I thought, I don't know. Well, maybe that is Eddie Howe, but I don't think Eddie Howe's we're calling for that Voldemorte. I don't think he was the top of the list, was he? This kind of music we used to listen to when we were coming off Ecstasy vibes. This is it, AO, yes. We're entering the club scene, brother. Nice, I'm 248 years old, minimum. And I'd lift to that boy. Get up! The right reverend. That's sensational. And I know from the thumbnail that's Peru can sniff a goal. But then I can't remember what you changed your name to then. I'm loving the name changes, brother. Klopp wasn't good enough as Klopp was earlier, Ashley Buckland. He wasn't good enough as a player, I don't think. The Mickey Finn. What would that be? Can't believe you've been in the rave scene and no one slipped you a Mickey Finn. What's the Mickey Finn? What's slang for Mickey Finn? Because I presume you mean some sort of drug. Chicago bartender. Spike drink. Maybe I have. Maybe did on Sunday. Probably my brother. To be fair, 78's not been. He's not It's put up for a while, Mingy. Great track as a new getting some beers sound. Yes, indeed, Malcolm Bell. Thank you, man. So I sent them to our kid and he goes, let me have a couple of beers on Friday night and I'll whack them on. It is just club music, so it's not necessarily for like light-hearted listening. It's meant to just be, aggressive and get your balls out, get your dick in your hand and enjoy yourself. I'm partial to a cold bean sandwich, Roger Slicker, which is no frills, 3p a can. At the risk of getting even further behind, 3 pence cans of beans. Who remembers paying 3p for a can of 10 of beans? Oh, are you joking? It was actually called No Frills in the Bean Wars. Is that actually real, dude? 420 grams. Is that more than you get now as well for your fucking 3 pence? I thought you meant No Frills. I thought that was like a joke. Which it may very well be a joke. I can't believe that's a new screenshot for the underlap, but agreed, BMG. A Breville toasted sandwich seals the beans I put in some HPs or Daddy Brown salt. Not cold though, that's crazy. Just realised that giving you a red is a bad idea, Jack. Corrupt league this is. Everybody can go. They all can go. Where is thou, BMG? Tonight is in the fucking Cape Town, brother. Yes, Martin J. Cook, what's good? I can't think of anything relevant or memorable to say. Fair enough, Martin. It's quite memorable and extremely relevant. Perhaps not relevant, but extremely memorable. I appreciate you, man. I hope you go moderation crazy. That's how I love asking questions. My eldest brother does this to me a lot, where I'll ask him a question and I sort of think he's listening. And he'll just go, don't know. I go, got you. I think Ming gave me a straight red weeks ago. I can't see Ming's comments in the live chat, only on Jack's screens. I don't know the politics of that, Roger Slicker, but I can't imagine it. I'm not imagining any of it. No frills. Straight red. I can't think of anything relevant or memorable to say, so I'm not going to comment. Martin J. Cook. Oh, is that in reference to my track, though? Do you think it's shit? I might have red carded MVG last week, maybe. And he's serving his ban. Hansi Flick? What a Flick like as a... I bet he was a fucking... I bet he flicks a bean. Gus Poyet didn't play in the 70s, so is a no from me. He didn't have to play in the 70s, though, Roger Slick. It does tie in, just on the basis. Being lucky to not get done with burglary on the bus. I know, Brett Dokes. It fucking shits me up, stuff like that a bit. Although, my mum had never raised no dummy. I'd have thought of something. The rule is that they must have played in the 70s or later, SBMG. To Shaq and Yoreth. Steve Coppell. At a Blonde gig. Relevant. I don't know about Yoreth as a manager. I'm suddenly freezing. Roller bump. We never got to the bottom of Southgate, did we? We never found out about Southgate. You're in the promised land, AO. You are in the. You've made it, mate. You've made it. Get me in there. Get me in. I'm joking. We need you, Roller Blunt. I'm bollocks, kid. I might have to put a rib out, chair dancing. Chuck in a couple of your vocals. Yeah. Geets up the right old Reverend right. The right ever Reverend. The right... or the right Trevor. Bambi's going mental outside again. 99% of these voting irons would not pick them out of a blind taste unless they had... To be fair, 78 RPM, we'll do that for the last game at season. We'll do a blind beans test. And not... Yeah, I'm not going to bring the beans, but we'll go around like every legitimate establishment and buy, you know, like a portion of beans. And we won't know who's won, but we will know the bean that wins. Cesc Fabregas, I think we had in Roller Blunt. I'm not going to attempt to say Juvenile Lopetegui. Although I think I did say that. I think I nearly got that right. You love Kolf, though. Oh, that's me, innit? I've just realised, me. Got you. Regarding Gary Speed and me playing by the rules. Well, I am the rules, Jack. That's all you need to know. And this is where the power really, this is where the corruption sets in and we love it. And we said Zico. I don't know about Zico's managerial jobby roller blunt, but I'm in on it. Would you replay to me if I talk beans? Reply. Oh, replay. You're at it again, Ming. We had Fabregas and I was inclined to award him. I don't think Fabregas has done enough. Keeping them chats safe, mate. Frank de Boer, yes, roller blunt. Belter. P.S. Not joking, that track was real good. Jump in, Jack. Appreciate you, the Right Reverend. Everend. The Right Reverend. The Right Reverend. Reverend Right. The Right Reverend Right. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Zico, we've not said, and short on his managerial. We need to find out. I need to catch up again, though, and I need a piss. And we did mention Xavi, but we never got an answer on Xavi either. And I know I'm also in charge of finding the answers, by the way, boys. But can I ask VAR to look at BMG? It does seem rather unstable tonight. What's happening with finding 78 RPM, which is what I would encourage. This is the corruption and the power. We want it to rise to levels of like where it's got to a level, you know, where it's like there needs to be an intervention where BMG just won't accept anybody's answers all night. And you go like, BMG, this is not in the vein of, this is not what we were looking to do with all his hard work over the literally fucking 2011s or whatever we've done. It's crazy the work BMG's put in. It's fucking amazing. And he deserves an enormous shout out for it. Honestly, it's become a massive part of the Underlap, hasn't it? I mean, to be fair, it's been the core of tonight, for instance. Apart from also a bit of beans, you know, some beans chat. I'm aware that I keep touching my nose, so before anybody tells me that I'm on coke, you know, I don't like to drink it and I don't like to sniff it neither, so I'm not. And I know I've told the DJ story with the fucking aircon that used to blast me and my mate in the face, and we looked so like sniffed up, it was mental. Like my fucking nose were like drier than a fucking. My nose ain't dry today. I think my tash needs shaving, so it's tickling me a bit. And then I always feel like I've got a fucking cat hair on me. Bottling this night out, big roller blunt. Might not be able to get away from Mimi. She might not let him out. Mimi's invited as well, though, roller blunt. So well and good, don't speak to me like that. Straight, that's what I mean. This is the levels. This is what we needed. This is what we wanted, you see. The power rises, the fire rises, BMG. We love it. Lobsters weren't deemed for human consumption, with them being bottom feeders and eating waste plastics, so they fed them to the inmates. Is that true, Roger Slicker? Because lobster's like one of the most expensive things you can buy in it. And I got a lobster. Nikita Love used to work at Piccolino's, and we'd get like half price in all these random restaurants, and it were like already in a deal for like, it were like 50 quid or something. It were like 100 quid down to 50, but then she gets 50% off. So I'm like, oh, I'll try it. And I know you boys are probably a lot more cultured than me and actually had lobster throughout your life, but I didn't think it were great, to be fair. It didn't, you know. 64% have said cooking channel needs to go ahead. Nikita Love will feature. I'm going to do it as a laugh. I'll probably only do it about 3 times and I'll get bored, but I might just do it in shorts. I'll just do shorts of it. And then when Nikita Love's cooking. Do you rate lobster? Yes, no, never had it. I'm actually genuinely intrigued. The power rises, BMG. I love it. Yeah, yeah, innit? Surely reduce sentence, Luke. Is Zan Vopsnik of Swansea City? Peter Dyson, welcome, brother. Gary Matt, no. No. Not good enough as a manager. For example, if people are spamming links to watch sports events in chats, it can get people's channels struck and demonetized. There's 2 vile threats that fly around in chats. Yeah, I mean, it can get a bit flavoursome. It's a 3 booking policy tonight. Once you've been here for 2 hours, it becomes a 3 booking policy. Because you've got to, you know, when you've gone like 10 games or whatever in the restart, there's got to be a policy where it's, you know, you go again, don't you? Yes, BMG, love it. Valverde. Has Valverde done enough? Can he have it rescinded for being honest? Crespo's. Crespo done all as a manager. I used to love Crespo. Brett, that is... Poor AO is taking an absolute fucking wounding bullet from Brett. That's ruthless. That's the type of thing that'd get moderated, Brett. But if it comes up, it must come out on this channel, doesn't it? So... The resistance is futile, BMFG. There's a guy down at Burnley swears he's Michael Jackson. Din 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 din. I need to catch up. Dirk Kuyt is a manager. Fucking hell. Farke stays forever and wins their lot war piglet. That's the fucking that's the I didn't know Cannavaro manager. That's the hyperbolic other end of it that we need, War Piglet. I need a piss again and I'm still half an hour behind. This is insane. He's been booked, mate. Will it help us tomorrow with Parker out the building? I don't know, Richard Todd. I don't think it matters too much. They're shit, aren't they? But we'll start the food channel, BMG, and all profits go to BMG's flight for the whip around. It can be done, can't it? You let me know how much it is, and we'll do a whip around. Fair Clough, Peter White. I need a piss, boys. I'm going to have to go for a piss, boy. I'm going to go for a piss and I'm going to get one more beer with you. Put on a different tune here. This is another one that we're working on, boys. Hang on. Fucking... This is perhaps a bit heavier, but it's a bit more of a Brandstall pickle, this one. Be BRB, boys, as fast as I can. And you know it. Is that working? Oh, that's the artwork for it, to be fair. Fuck it.
I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. First things first, I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. First things first, I'm that bitch. Yes, cash be the name, cause I'm that rich. Anything less than 50 is not my split. I'm real humble. Excuse me while I pop my shit. I'm a big stepper, need a nigga never. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. First, first, I'm that bitch. First, first, I'm that bitch. First things first, I'm that bitch. First, I'm that bitch. First, I'm that bitch. I'ma make 'em feel this shit. First things first, I'm that bitch. Yes, cash be the name, cause I'm that rich. Anything less than 50 is not my split. I'm real humble. Excuse me while I pop my shit. I'm a big stepper, need a nigga never. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. I'm a big stepper, need a nigga never. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. I'm a big stepper, need a nigga never. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. We both shop Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher.
I think you should film the Ye Olde Five-a-side. Is that still playing, boys? Let me close it, because I don't know if it's fucking just blaring everybody's ears off. First things first, I'm that bitch. Yeah, cash for the name, because I'm that rich. I'm real humble. Bigly when I pop my shit, I'm a big stepper. Neither, never. We're both sharp Sheen, but it's clear I'm fresher. I hope so, because it's always going to end in tears, isn't it? So Chris Parkinson podcast was interesting. He's got something in common with John Charles. They both broke arms of people in crowd with stray shots. I have no idea what that means, Roger Slick, but I love it. You book for confusing me, BMG. That's everybody gets a booking in here for confusing me. Dunga was the big centre half, yeah. I thought, to be fair, I actually thought Dunga was a DMC. But I don't know, to be fair. Midfielder, yeah. But it's probably that. What he be before DMC? What I mean, Brazil are forward. I'm too far behind the fucking comments to do this, but now I even sound like I'm on sniff. I'm gonna have to look. Because they're sort of like, do you know what I mean? Like Gilbert, I know, yeah, Dunga centre mid there, it says. But they were like Gilberto Silvas and stuff. They didn't play like. They didn't really defend, did they? Do you know what I mean? That's why everybody fucking loved them. Paul Scholes pays £400 for a snooker table, 3 ticket seats from where everyone else. I saw him saying about it. Yeah, I didn't think he said it was £400 though, but that's also peanuts for him, innit? So I think we will have a bigger transfer budget this season, as there will be a few outgoings unlike last season. I'm hoping. I don't want us to go dummy big with transfers, Gomez guy. I don't think we have to. Yes, Chris Howarth, what's good, big man? The Cooking Curries channel, Nikita Lovell, she'll whip up a few curries. She made it. We bought this salmon yesterday. It was on offer in Morrison's. It was meant to be £22. It was £12, and it was fucking the full like side, whatever it's called, like a side of salmon or whatever, like a. It's not a salmon. It's not a salmon's leg, is it? But like a leg of salmon, and just polished the rest of it off today. It was delish, my G. We started saying my G, by the way, but it was fucking... Well, everybody's seen a bit of salmon, haven't they? But I've never bought that. But for 12 quid, you'd feed a family a fucking... Honestly, I ate salmon until my eyes nearly fell out yesterday. And then when I came home to leftovers after work tonight, I was like, fuck a dack. But yeah, so we'll do I'll just do shorts. It's easy enough. I might just do it through this, but then I'll get people commenting going, the fuck is this about City of Leeds fans cooking a fucking salmon joint, you weirdo? I'm going to set up a separate channel for that laugh. Even though I don't think it would particularly laugh. 23 votes says 52% yes, rate lobster. 9% say no. 39% say never had it. This is what we need here, Richard Todd. The story on the bacon. 19-year-old mother-in-law sent me to a butcher's for £2 of bacon. Cost £26 back in the 80s, for fuck's sake. True story, lesson learnt. £2 as in weight, Richard Todd. You've done me there, because I thought that would be... I thought you were coming in with the realness there. When you bring a dinner, do you say... Oh, Nikita, is it called? Elton John gag. Well, she reckons that her dad called her Nikita on the basis of that song. Now, I'm not sure whether that's an old wives' tale amongst the family, but that's what she was told as a youngster, so who am I to say? I mean, she does like the old white lie, but, you know, she'd maybe had the white lie towards her, who knows at this point, Nikita Love. But if I knew the lyrics to the song, I would probably use a few more puns, BMG. But I'll have to try do my best to remember that one. I think that'd have to be the angle that we go for, innit? 78 RPM, where I'm just gonna. I don't know. Let me have a think. Price them up, baby. Piss cooking so it's quick. First things first. You could invite the Leeds players round for a pre-season barbecue. Give them all food poisoning with those sausages. Nobody gets food poisoning from my sausages, Roger Slicker. No man gets food poisoning from my sausages. I never wanted Farke. Here we go. Ayo's on one again about Farke. As manager, so there's no quick time U-turn. Any manager of any club would walk if they're not fully financially backed with funds for players. Hey, what would make you love Farke, hey? I think I've gone for a piss in that time, Ashley Buckland said. I'm not too sure we're on about that. Steve Clark. It's been a night of me not being able to catch up whatsoever with comments on it. I think we've done amazingly well, to be fair, though. Bruce Rioch. I always thought... I always thought Bergkamp were a fucking... Bruce Rioch signed Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal from Inter Milan. 7.5 million. I always presumed that were Arsene Wenger signing, BMG. Beast mode is that. He certainly did buy him. Do you know, I'm half surprised that O'Leary fucked it off, really. He's not done all, has he? He went to Villa, didn't he? And don't know, did he go? What fucking hell's that all about? How he destroyed his career? What's going on here? What? club career off. Personal blah, de blah, de blah. It's not. I can't be asked trying to find managerial statistics. Leeds United, Villa, and then he went to fucking Al Hali in Dubai. Although to be fair, that was 4 years after he left Villa. So he were only at Leeds and Villa then. I thought that were all I knew him for, to be fair, and he only fucking... Is that right? It was seven games in Al Hali. 203 games for us. It's fucking pretty mental, innit? Win percentage, 49.75. It's not bad. 101 games won. 47 drawn, only 55 lost in 203. Fucking David Schmeary. Ramazani, Geldar, Harrison, Peru, arguably Struick, length of contract to name a few. I don't think Pascal will go Gomez gang. I keep saying fucking gays all the time. What did I say earlier? Fucking... Sorry, Gomez. Branson's fruity sauce, but has to be in a glass bottle. So it's not Piccalilli. Is that what you're telling me, Richard? BMG will go. Paul Lambert. A cooking channel. I can't wait to see how Jack cooks out-of-date sausages. I don't cook the out-of-date sausages. I request. I can play piano, Peter White, to some extent. Not, don't be booking me for a wedding or all. But it's all computerized, so I'm not worried about playing it fucking up a bit. If you ask me to play a ballad, I can't be asked learning it, but I just own it piano and about 4 chords on guitar. I mean, not all managers get big teams with big budgets, but are successful in their own way. Unai Emery is the main guy, I don't know what career he had as a player. What was Unai Emery like as a player? Modest level. Left-sided midfielder or left back. I never thought he'd be that for some reason. Yeah. Injuries and lack of pace. The lack of pace doesn't surprise me for some reason. In Peacock, you off to Peacock tomorrow, Cal Leeds. Let's have it. I'd agree, but not Struick. I doubt we will get more than 10 million for any of those, though. Peru, 10. Joffrey, 7. Ramazani 10 max, Harrison not much. Yeah, it's also getting them off the books as well, in it, BMG, but not even that there's potentially on much money, but it's just it's recycling, in it. It's being able to move that little bit of money about, and nobody ever talks about the combination of that money. So if you did get you're talking 30 million, aren't you? And you've got rid of players that are never going to play for you. So that suddenly becomes a decent amount of money on it. So that's kind of my feeling, to be fair, me. Jack, we've seen your work on Sunday night, and a lot of us think you are an artist. Piss artist. I know what you're saying, Roger Slicker. We appreciate you. Think Parker has gone because nobody wants to pay him for wearing jackets and cardigans. Richard Woodthorpe, some of his outfits, man, are beyond the pale, aren't they, man? At your age, 78 RPM. It's fucking impossible at my age, my G. Right, last beer, boys. Thing is, I said at the start of the fucking stream I was exhausted. Parker as player manager 11. Can I not ask the question? Can I not ask the question? Can the question not be asked? Mickey Finn's a nice selection of drinks, Jack, and you should try it sometime. You won't be disappointed. Well, from my Googling search, it's not for me. I think Parker leaving is only going to be beneficial to Burnley. Hopefully not to any great degree. I don't think in a day, do you know what I mean, BMG? I think we'll be all right. If they beat us, they were going to beat us. I don't know. Don't get in my head now about Burnley. I can't be arsed for that. I've had a few beers worrying about fucking Burnley. This is like the opposite of everything I've ever wanted. Struick, a year left after this season. I believe if he won't sign a new deal, we have to get some money for him. Perry and Nonto could go too, along with Gruev. Gruev might go, although Farke was mentioning about getting him back for pre-season, but he would say that. I don't think Perry will go unless he kicks off, really. It depends what money he's on, really. Nonto might want to play more. I don't know. I don't know, which is quite a good place to be in, really. I'm not sure if anybody will kick off. I don't know. I do think Farke's got a pretty good... I think Farke's got a pretty good holding of the... a pretty good feel about the squad, really. I genuinely do. Mickey Finn, yeah, he was manager of Romania, wasn't he? How many royalties did Sting make celebrating with Mark Knopfler on Money for Nothing? I have absolutely no idea. I'll just look at how much royalties did Sting make. Not the P. Diddy track you're on about here, though, is it? With Mark on Money for Nothing. Better tell me after all. I've just... but a specific total dollar amount of these royalties has not been made public. I knew that'd be a waste of my time. But that P. Diddy, the P. Didsies, he apparently pays him £2,000 a day, doesn't he? For the Every Breath You Take thing. Which is madness, isn't it? Forget the bounce, BNG. It's bollocks. I think Struick potentially stays forever, really. On the basis that he's not that good to go, and we'll probably never be that good while he's available in the next sort of 5 or 6 years. To move on from him, really. It's a bit of a weird scenario, really, but it's also class A shit. Not like the drugs that I've been on tonight. Mickey Finzo, because I'm Googling it again. Fucking police will be around if it... Mickey Finn most commonly refers to a drink spiked with an incapacitating drug, a knockout drop. Originating from early 20s Chicago. Schnapps knocking you out? I can't imagine a fucking schnapps knocking me out. 14% ABV. I don't think a shot of fucking Mickey Finn had knocked me out. What's going on here, boys? Ming using bollocks in a message to me is risking it, regardless of context. All I hear is bollocks. And they could go, oh, it's fucking bollocks, innit, BMG? Like, do you say bollocks, mate? Do you just fucking say bollocks to me? Take him down, BMG. You have my full permission. I'm seeing Ming tomorrow, so you'll get a stern word off me and all, BMG. Otmar Hitchfield, the Bayern Munich old manager. Fucking well over my head, that. Oh, is it back in the Kahn days, in the Oliver Kahn days? His spouse is called Beatrix, and isn't that is she fit, or do I just always think she's fit? Beatrix. Oh God, not Beatrix Potter. She's terrifying. Beatrix. Who's Beatrix? Where's Beatrix? Is that fucking Harry Potter? Is that the bitch? Yeah, it is, yeah. That's what I'm on about, yeah. Helena Bonham. Why did I look at the budget when I said that? I used to fancy her. I don't even know why she's not fit at all, but I'd shag her if I had to be fair, if I had to. Well, oh bollocks, hang on. Let me get her up. Just for absolute clarity. I know you boys will know who she is, but I would have banged her if I had to. She's not really my... Let me find a decent photo of her during the bang stage. Oh no, actually I'm starting to realise why I would have banged her. If I had to. I'd have banged her if I had to. I'll take that. It's actually her though. It's a bit pixelated this. I wanted a better... What am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing? I'm trying to convince you all that she's fit. They're all pixelated. It's frustrating me. That'll do. Fuck it. It's not right if we don't pull a chick up. What do you reckon, boys? Not to the beans. Remove the beans. We had Nuno, didn't we? And I can't remember the other... I can't remember. There were another in there. I'm in heaven and I'll show you heaven. Dave Mackay. I don't even think I looked Dave Mackay up, to be fair. There were another keeper, though, quite a big name, and I didn't realise they were a keeper. Dave Mackay can confirm. I don't know who he is, to be fair. Not a goalkeeper for Hearts, Tottenham or Derby. There was a keeper. Where's the keeper gone that played at like international level, but it was always like a second tier keeper? Roger Slick. I can't believe I've never said Roger Slicker to you. Dave Mackay was not a keeper, yes indeed. Mickey Finn was a DJ as well. I can't take any more of this. Was Mickey Finn a DJ? Oh, Mickey Finn's a DJ. What the fuck? How many fucking... What type of Mickey Finns are we doing here? Where are we going with these Mickey Finn fella? I agree, BMG. It's all too hot to handle. It's harder than hell. Was it Dino's off? Is that who I looked up? Who ended up being... This is the dude. I remember this Google search. This is hours back now. In our nearly... Mimi. Welcome. In our nearly decade together, Roller has only ever left me to go to the pub once, and that was for the semi-finals. Finally felt like one of them was... Oh, don't let him in though. Have you been to the pub?
No.
Strange lady. I'm staying here for a bit longer. And that was for the semi-finals. Finally felt like one of them wives left at... In our nearly decade together, Roller has only ever left me to go to the pub once, and that was for the semi-finals. Finally felt like one of them wives. I've got you. I've got you, Mimi. He's a stone cold keeper, that's what it is. Go on. David Cute up in this bitch. He had it all. Fuck me, that's a horrendous photo of him. I out screenshotting him though, to be fair. He avoids jail. To be fair, I've not followed this up with the it just says avoids jail over abuse video, because obviously we're fond of the youngsters, wasn't he? Been here 10 minutes, and I think I should say don't have beans unless you have mint sauce. Richard Woodthorpe. Fucking, I don't know if you're still in the building, Richard Woodthorpe, but beans and mint sauce, dude. I actually love mint sauce. 57% say yes, they rate lobster. 30% say never had it. 13% say no. I have to say, is Richard Woodthorpe on his own mint sauce on bakey bean? I've put a question mark. Sure, there's no need for, we know this. Richard Woodthorpe, that sounds like fresh hell to me, but also I can also fully understand it and appreciate it. As many as needed. Ming's on that refusal to leave, you know, where like the game gets postponed and cancelled because he just will not leave. I reckon Jack has a bean on his nose. It won't be irons, and you know it. Nostrils deep, 78 RPM. Always go nostrils first. I'd love to, but I have too much going on at the moment. Kids, school change, house move. It's going to be a busy month or so. Yes, indeed, Rollerblunt. Appreciate you, brother. But you and Mimi, as you well know, it would be tremendous. Henry the Hoover. I hate eating shit like that. No, Peter White, no. As I say, I only did because it were like 50% and then another 50%, which is, I know, is 100%, but it wasn't 100% off, but it was in... No, that's not in theory, is it? That'd be 75% off in theory, because 100% off would be everything off. Doesn't really matter, does it? But I can't believe how far behind I've remained throughout the entirety of this. Roger Slick. I've had lobster, but you can get crayfish here, which is much similar. I don't know why I'm Googling crayfish, but I'm intrigued. I'm surprised how much that looks like a lobster. Is it smaller? Smaller than lobster? Question mark. I'm now putting question marks into fucking Google. Crayfish are significantly smaller than lobster. That's where it comes from. When you're putting the track up, stick a trickle of JackCity on it, and I'm having it. Either way, I'm having it. Appreciate the Right Reverend. I feel like I got it right earlier. The Right Reverend Right. I don't know, man. First one I'm up, but we're getting towards summer. January, March, April, May, June. First one has to come out in June or I'll have fucked up. I want to bring one out every month. Every month. From the first one. So I do have a few in the tank. Mingy, if I do say so myself. On the cooking channel, In the Kitchen with Jack, change the guest every week. Do like a ready, steady cook style thing. Roll a blunt. Get fucking green grass up in this bitch cooking a Sunday dinner. Did he wear like you know, when you top buttons like all done up and you like fucking I look like Reverend myself there, don't I, Reverend? But like off I go and like you'd be like, just look, I don't mind when you back, just behave yourself. Photos and like, you know, when you do photos next to building a house. I don't know why I'm stood up, you all know what a photo is. But you stand up like against the brick wall, don't you? And you're like, big smile on your face. And then you get bullied on the second day and you fucking detest it. That were my instant thought, to be fair, Brett. But I'm hoping he doesn't say too much. I don't want to be... Ming's got potential to expose me here from our night of passion that we had in that doorway. Luckily, Ming can't remember being in the doorway, and I would have obviously, you know, in hindsight, not left him in a doorway. So before anybody thinks I left Ming in the doorway, I didn't know Ming ended up in a doorway. So I've cut my joke off immediately. Yes, War Piglet, get them paper boys smashing a like. Yeets up. 70, how many percent on the mint sauce in beans here? 67% on mint sauce in beans. I'm going to have to try it. I don't know who that guy is. Turkey manager. It could be a good shout, Ashley Buckland. Fuck knows. So far behind. This is mental. Eh? I'm losing course here. Evening, Jack. Spurs sign Peppa Pig makes his debut against Aston Villa this weekend. Yates up, Richie. You know it, mate. Fuck 'em. The Peppa Pig shit. Yes, Richie, welcome, by the way, big man. If my flight is being funded by the profits from your cooking channel, then I'll most likely be swimming across. Yeah, man. How long a swim is it, though, BMG? Always up for a wrist round. A whip round, Chris Howarth. You can... you don't need to worry about the funding of BMGs, to be fair, Chris Howarth. You put enough money into pot, big man. Top lad. Another piss tune. Is that how far back I am? Fucking hell. By the time I get to the piss song talks, I need another piss. Spurs deserve to go down there. A joke of a club. It's fucking mint, mate. Love it, Richie. Brett, what do you mean? Were you laughing at me? He can't even have a conversation with BMG now. This is what we love. Any joke came towards BMG and it says straight booking. It's not straight red yet, but we're building up to that. We're a few weeks off just reds. 1 minute past 8, it's just a red. I get sent off for being late to my own underlap. Our whip round won't cover the fuel at the minute. You're fucking not even joking, to be fair, Brett. I don't want to put in like more than 15 quid into the car, and it's like, because it's so expensive at the minute. And you start fucking plumbing it in, and you just sort of like, I don't know anybody else, but I sort of dawdle a bit, thinking, oh, it'll be at about 10 quid now. Look up, it's like fucking like 22 quid. I'm like, how's that happened? Do you remember back in the day when it was like, and it still says it, minimum dispensed 5, whatever the word would be, minimum, what's the word? Minimum fucking, the minimum amount, whatever, dispensed or something, I can't remember. Minimum amount, whatever the word actually is. It's not minimum amount, but you know what I'm saying? Or you might not, I don't, you know, but you know what I'm saying, but you might not. minimum. The minimum amount, I'm going to stick with minimum amount, but it doesn't say that. It might say that. I don't think it says that, but even if it does or it doesn't, I feel like I've made my point, so just move on. The minimum amount dispensed. I'm back to dispense. Oh, this is stupid. The minimum amount is to dispense. I'm not allowed to go to the counter unless I have at least put 5 litres into the tank. Well, 5 litres now is like 12 quid, 10 quid. So you've literally like, well, it's 10 quid. Today it were 1.99 a litre. It's fucking mental. And it's been all over fucking, all over radio the past few days, like, BP have made like, they've like doubled the sales and that. It's really bad. And I don't know about fucking politics or whatever, war or whatever, but it's, come on. There's got to be some profiteering going on here. Scandalous. Fuck footy. Now you're getting silly. Silly fucking nice. Goddamn the right Reverend Right. Get up. Do you think there's a conspiracy against Leeds? Before we can get the opposition in shit, form teams, sack their managers, Chelsea, Burnley, Spurs. You know it all boxed up. Legit, mate. They're all just scared of Farke, that's all it is. My guy, Luke. Set off now, BMG. You've got, how long you got? A month? You make it, mate. To be fair, I'd say I'd meet you halfway, but I drowned and I wouldn't be able to help you even if I got to you. If I got to you, I'd just be like, BMG, I fucking told you I'd do it, and then I'd drowned. Because I was just, well, there's no way I'd make it back. I think the armbands had put me off, because I think it'd tire me out quicker. And they probably wouldn't, you know, at our age, hold you up. I don't know if armbands ever held you up, really. I just think they give you a bit of confidence. Yes, Mimi, the Badgers unite. Baked beans out, especially without their tomato sauce. It's effectively a cheap meal. I prefer tomato spaghetti or hoops or even ravioli. Ravioli makes me feel a bit weird, you know. It's a bit dense in mouth. Jack, have you got Nikita Love doing the vocals? These tunes are fire. Appreciate you, AO. Not yet, no, we're working on it. Try to push it to the right point. I'm going to poll that, but I'm 69% say mint sauce goes on beans. I'm going to poll that, but I don't want everybody saying yes because, you know. I'll put set off now with brackets ocean swim. I'm going to put that, but the reason why I didn't want to put should he go jump in the ocean is because I think BMG's done enough to, you know, and if he was to harm himself through one of the poles from the underlaps, I would cancel the underlap for eternity. So I don't know. Well, I do know, Roger. It's just totally unnecessary. I don't need armband. I can swim faster than well, I used to tell kids that I used to teach. Well, I didn't teach them. Well, I sort of did. That I could swim faster than a shark for a metre. And I still sort of stand by that. Off the mark, in swim, I'm faster than a shark. But then, I don't know how long a metre is in fairness. But if it's longer than, like, I'm gonna have to Google how long a metre is. How long is a metre? 100 centimetres. Okay, so next question is, how long is 100 centimetres? I'm joking. Is it about my arm? Is it like my arm? UK standard. Right. How long? Fucking hell. How long is a metre in the body? in the human body. 40 inches, slightly longer than a yard. Yes. I can swim faster than a shark for a metre. No, Brett. I will not send... These are all sending off offences. BMG will not react well to this. The first track you play, can you put it in the description? It's not... I'm just still... I'll send you it, Luke, to be fair. But I'm going to be bringing it out, man. It's not... Nobody's ever heard it. So, but thank you, Luke. Because it's nobody's heard it, but I appreciate that, to be fair, Luke. It's nice to know. Genuinely. I'm pissed up now. Appreciate you. Just asking a question. Oops. Craig Bellamy, BMG. I always liked Bellamy as a player, you know, but he had that thing going on, didn't he? Were he a dickhead? Although I don't even like saying that, to be fair. It's not fair on the basis. They do this to a lot of people, don't they? But Craig Bellamy, wasn't he in a bit of a... My Google ability when I'm live is crazy. Was Craig Bellamy in a bit of bother? Bullying or something, were it? I thought he were moved past the bullying allegations from Cardiff City. However, the bother you're likely referring to stems from the difficult period. Yeah, under 18s. I knew there was some sort of, but what do you reckon? Should we pull that baby up? See what I mean? 91% say BMGs needs to get in ocean now. This is what I feared. Anyone do a 6-hour sea fishing session at Bridlington? Seasick in the harbour. I spent all my youth in Bridlington, not in the harbour. I was ironically probably a bit scared of the harbour, but Brid's. You'd have found me in Bridwell, Roger Slicker. Oh, it's a big salmon, mate. It's a big salmon. The salmon's leg, mate. Salmon leg. It's not bioengineered. Well, to be fair, it probably is, but it wasn't a salmon's leg. Well, I actually like fish fingers, Luke. I'm closing that poll because it's devastating. Do you like fish fingers? And I don't mean like. I mean really like fish fingers. Yes or no? Because well, no, I won't skew the poll. How about the the movies and food channel with JackCity? It'd be sausages. Sausages for breakfast, sausages for tea. We can't be asked with dinner. And then we'd watch... What would we watch? What would we watch? I don't know what we'd watch. Obviously, I don't know what we'd watch, to be fair. It'd have to be something on repeat. I mean, I'd probably kick off with Scarface, because I've watched it 150 times. I'd probably kick off with that. Then I'd watch Snatch. Then I'd rewatch an Underlap marathon. Let's go tonight. Tonight we're having sausage and mash, and we're watching last night's Underlap. Everybody gone. This is not. Or I'd watch the overlap. We'd have to watch the overlap for laugh, to be fair. What's that in reference? I can't. Is it the fishy fingers you're on about, you dirty dogs? Yes, Roger Slicker, she is. Common misconception that Wenger signed Birdcamp. I know, BMG. It surprised me. John Gregory, that's like not an old school throwback, but like enough of, innit? Oh, fuck me, he's quite old school. He's 71. I wonder when John... Why do I know John Gregory? Were he at Villa or something, John Gregory? Or... Villa Heartache, yeah. That's mental. I don't know why that's mental, to be fair, but just play people that you completely forgot that were quite a big part of barrel scripts, says Ming. Microwave on full power in and out with it. What are we? Is it lagging? Or are you joking? We haven't started fucking lagging again, have we? She must be fingering microwave downstairs or something. Watching Farke knock out a ref for allowing dirty, bad tackles against Leeds players go unpunished would make a love Farke as manager. It's mint MAI videos of him laying them out. It's so funny. I love it, Brett. Wally with a brolly. Oh, he's got to get in. He's got to get in. The Wally with the brolly's got to get in. Dr. Farker's done the job. Done it, Richard Todd. You know it. Quite probably, Mink. I feel like I'm getting fucking beer in my eyeball there. Truly, BMG would have been first to go, wouldn't he? I hate to raise this. Wouldn't it be lazy thing, but come on, BMG. Let's deal with getting beat to Burnley tomorrow when it happens. Off. I'll fucking them knobhead refs that got off. And I tell you while I do it, like, the red card tells me that you've gone, mate. You don't need to go off. They're the worst refs, man. Them dickballs. Off. Well, I know. I can see that. I love the... it doesn't happen so much anymore, but it used to happen a lot when ref would go high with card, and then the player were quite close to ref. They sort of don't do it now. They sort of like try and hide in the crowd now, don't they? And like get away from it. But it'd be off, and then it'd be high up, and the player would go like, he's fucking sent me off. I used to love that. And I mean, not necessarily with the he's fucking sent me off bit, but they used to like look up and be like, I've gone. Off. Off. Fucking dickheads out at refs. Wally with a brolly. Neither were good players, arguably not much. Wally with a brolly never did up. Apparently, Wally with a brolly is a brilliant. They said engineer then. Wally with the Brolly's don't know about amazing, but a really good coach. They all bang on about him at Scum, don't they? All ex-pros. All ex-pros? All the ex-players. They're all ex-pros as well, so it sort of does work, but... It could be Ramazani, Harrison, Geldada, Perot. It's Ramazani, Harrison. Anywhere but Joseph. Anywhere but Joseph. Jerry Francis. Get him slapped in there, BMG. Hey, there's turmoil going on. How many managers are successful at smaller clubs but are shite at bigger clubs? I would say most. Yeah, I do think there's a bit of pot luck involved at the top clubs, to be fair. Get up, Mingy. BMG can't go. The one thing that the BMG cannot be sent off ever. I don't care what he says. Whether it's about me or anybody else, BMG can't go. We'll put that in the banner. We'll put, I'm sorry, boys. Oh, shit, I need to FA Cup final. Probably a bit late. 3.5 hours in to put FA Cup final. Here we come. But I'm sorry, boys. I have become corrupt. BMG's power has taken over me. I will not, and I mean not, have a bad word said. Certainly, I need to capital letter that. Certainly not a red card. So watch your thumbs. Thanks. In brackets, you know, just to keep it polite. Hey up, Jay Downborough, by the way. Pascal, it could be. Oh, hi, BMG. Oh, hi, Judd, as fucking Greengrass keeps saying. 100%. It's where's the money is. To be fair, I'm not... Writing of the song makes you money. Owning the song... It's sticky, that, to be fair, because performing, like, you know, Dua Lipa doesn't make her own songs, does she? But she makes fortune out of going out and performing. So it depends what level. There'd be no point me playing down road to try and make money. But to be fair, no, probably no. The writer would always make more money, yeah. But once you've got the song to the level where the writing makes you loads of money, the performer's also getting loads of money, but the writer will be definitely getting more. Peter Parker played a piper to Pete the Pepper to Pepper within the Superman costume. Was hired at the party. He dived in a pool and nearly died. His costume stuck to his face. It's on YouTube. I worry about you sometimes, Roger Slick. It's easy done. It's easy done, BMG. It's easy lost, mate. But this is what I'm saying. Not really, man, because what's happened is the writers of the tracks have actually got... Back in the day, the people that wrote the track wouldn't have the rights to the track. But the people that write the track have the rights to the track now. Which is a crazy thing to say out loud, so it doesn't sound like it makes sense. But that's not necessarily true. If you the best way to make money as an artist is to sell music, like, physically. And that's why they did away with that. But the writer, whoever wrote the song, would always get the most. Whether or not... Yeah, well... Let me think of a... I'm trying to find a fucking... So Ian Kirkpatrick, who is one of my favourite writers, nobody will know him. His net worth's 90 million. So you're definitely better off writing it. But it does do. Let's have a look at. Yeah. Definitely, there's definitely if you're writing, you're all right. You're all right. That's my left hand, ironically. I think Taylor Swift is AI though, Roger. Not at this time of night either, BMG. If you've had a couple of beers as well in Cape Town, with all big batty gals around in Cape Town, you're getting orange bloke. It's not. Well, it depends. I suppose depends which way you wear. I'm going to feign hamstring pull and get the Lino to take over. And you know it, BMG. The Lino, not the Lino. Ming, stay loose. Been cloned. Oh, we're not. Are you joking? Jack, if you were a crocodile born in Burnley, how would you go about living? I'd just eat everything, me. I don't know why it's fucking does that. It does my head in. I'm so far behind chat, boys. I need to go soon. I'm fucked. If you came back as a crocodile in your next life and you were born in Preston, would you just live a normal life or try and blend in? It depends what like intellect level I came back as. If I came back with my brain, not that I'm saying that's intellectual, and I'm not knocking crocodiles. Crocodiles are classy beings, and I like them, and they're intelligent murderers. But I'm not sure. I would have to say even Greengrass is more intelligent in terms of life living than a crocodile, and that's saying something. So if I came back with my brain, I think I'd try and blend in. But there's an element of me where I think again, like with the BMG stuff, as time went on as the crocodile, I think you'd sort of hit a few issues, wouldn't you? Where people didn't trust you. In general, didn't trust you because obviously you're a crocodile and dangerous. You got big teeth and a long nose, and people don't trust people with long noses, and for good reasons. They've all watched Pinocchio. So I think over time I think I get to a certain age. I mean, I don't know how long do crocodiles live. No, to be fair, they can live 75 years, 70 to 100 years, some of them. So similar. I think I'd shut off after 52 years as a crocodile. I think I'd try and blend in, and then I'd just start eating everyone. I think after 52 years, I'd go, right, come fucking get me. Because you've also got like you've got the. I think I've changed my mind completely. You could dip in and out of doing this relentlessly, because you could just go into the water and become a crocodile, couldn't you? Nobody'd know unless you were tagged. But then you've got the brain of a human, if that's what we're saying, Ali. Where I could then be in the water for 6 months and swim off somewhere else and be reborn again and try blending, you know. I don't really know how you blend in. I don't think, you know, wearing human clothes would work. I don't know if that'd be... It's an interesting question. Certainly is an interesting question. I've enjoyed it, Ali. Thank you. Did Silver have a decent... Modest. Journeyman playing career, it says BMG. Mint sauce goes with peas, says War Piglet. I don't want to come back. Once my time's done, I'm fucking gone, boys. I assure you. I do not want to come back. Appreciate you, AO. I'm on my way out here as well, boys. I'm gonna scan through at a frightening rate here because I'm fucked. I'm knackered as well. I've done 12-hour driving day today. I'm fucked. This has been like, I'm literally about to drop off. Not drop off, I'm about to drop dead. Not drop dead. I might die, I don't know. I never normally die. Yes, the Right Reverend, not bladdered, joined late tonight, was literally listening to music, knock it down at 9. Not blowing smoke, but I banged the first track up. Then realised the time. Yeets up, my man, do fear not. Mingy, appreciate you, man. Legendary in the building. Oh, MVG, what's gone on here? I think we'll fuck them up. 3-1. I think they'll get like a bit of a consolation. I've eaten shark. I had shark in Budapest on my mate's stag do. My guy, appreciate you, dude. That's pretty mint, BMG. Oh no, where's the nearly giving me hiccups? Right, boys, I'm out of here. I'm fucking knackered. Appreciate you, boys. War Piglet, Mimi, Roller Blunt, all boxed up, Julian Airy, Brett, Ming, Legendary MVG, the BMG, of course. Dale Hodgson, my dude, thank you, man. Ena might not be in the wings anymore. We've not seen Ena for a few hours here, but would you start Willie Dale Hodgson? Whatever Dr. Farke's got now, I'll go with. All boxed up, my dude. Thank you, man. Cheers, BMG. You're a legend, mate. Roger Slicker. The Right Reverend Right. Appreciate you, Lukey boy. You're a legend, mate. Dale Hodgson. Ali 200. You're all fucking... Appreciate every which one of you. Gomez gang. Graham Stoner. I'm fucking... Big 78 RPM. Is he now is in the wings, my dude. 78 RPM, take it easy. I'm out of it. I'll finish my beer. It's tradition, innit? I might go live tomorrow. I know I say this every time, and fucking Roger Slicker's going to give me it. It's not a bad shift, is it, Roger Slick? Not I've done 12 hours at work, so I'm like fucking like... I thought, to be fair, 'cause I had a 20-minute nap before I went out, thought, have a fucking beer there. Get up, I'm making a beer. Yes, my lad. Leeds have done brilliant. Farke is brilliant. What a season had, and I hate the Prem. Get up, I'm making a beer. Appreciate every which one here. I might go live tomorrow about... depends what Mark Eddie's doing, to be fair, and what time Mingy's landing. Can't promise salt. Lobster. Mr. Whitesnake. Glang. Glang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang. That's the keyboard, but it doesn't matter, does it? In a bit, dog shit. See you tomorrow. Possibly.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.